Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Raps Baseball's live commentary at the Pond Professional Baseball League, and we are almost ready to get this one underway as we've got ourselves our first game back in just over 3 weeks. It is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. They are playing the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. We'll give it the lineups as we move along. It is going to be Tsuyoshi Wada on the mound tonight for the Hawks. He is 6-5 on the season with a 3.06 ERA. He is going to be going head-to-head against Masahiro Tanaka, who is 7-8 on the year with a 4.69 ERA for the Golden Eagles. Wada's completed his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to get this one underway straight away. It is Hiroto Kobakata leading it off here in the first inning. And the first pitch is a fastball that's check swing fouled away. It's going to reach the seats behind the third base dugout, and we are underway at officially 2:01 Japan time. So no balls and one strike to Kobakata. Lefty Wada wastes no time when there's nobody on base. He delivers a fastball that swung through and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. For Kobakata on the season, he's hitting .249 with 5 homers and 34 runs driven in. For those of you who are in the stream, we welcome and to have you guys joining us as there's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-2. We are a little bit going to be behind in our chats because we are a single stream for the first half of the game. There is a fastball swung on, and this is fouled away by Kobakata, and the count now is going to remain at 1-2 strikes. Kobakata, the speedy middle infielder for the Eagles, getting the start at second base tonight. He has seen action in left field during the course of the year. As Wada delivers, it is a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2. He has very good bat control, can bunt, does very well with the hit and runs, does the left-handed hitting second baseman tonight as the lefty kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This is lifted foul into the netting on the third base side of home plate, and the count remains at 2-2 strikes. It'll be Kobakata, Muribayashi, and Shimouchi, the top three hitters in the Eagles' order to get things going here for Tohoku in their half of the inning. Here comes Wada with the 2-2. It is a fastball taken for a called third strike. Oh, Kobakata, he went window shopping on that one, and he's caught looking for out number one here in the first. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, number 66, Itsuki Muribayashi. Well, for Muribayashi on the season, he's hitting .261. He's got a couple of homers and 24 runs driven in. As he gets the first offering from Wada, it's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-1. Defensively tonight for the Hawks, from left to right field, it's Kondo in left. Yukio Shudo is in center. The right fielder is Yanagamachi. Around the horn from first to third, it'll be Nakamura at first, Mamori at second, Imamiya at short, and Inoue at third. As there's a fastball swung on and missed by Muribayashi, and the count now goes to 0-2. And of course, the battery is of the veteran Wada and the veteran Takuya Kai behind the plate, both north of the age of 30, and of course Wada north of the age of 40. Here comes the 0-2 offering as Wada kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that just misses outside. The count goes to 1-2. So 1-2 strikes. Wada didn't like the call. Takuya Kai stuck the pitch and held it there. And the home plate umpire wasn't buying it. Wada had a nice big smile on his face after seeing the call from the plate umpire. There's a fastball swung on. Its pop foul over on the third base side in front of the Golden Eagle dugout. Kai is going to be able to run it down, and that's going to retire Muribayashi for the second out of the inning on a pop fly to the catcher. So 2 gone here, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Hiroki Shimouchi. Well, for Shimouchi on the season, he started off like he was running in mud, and now Shimouchi has got it going. He's hitting 212 on the season with 6 homers and 22 RBIs. I say that as he was hitting well below the Mendoza line. Eagles tight sporting a different type of look, and maybe that has improved their play. They've got maroon tops with a white splash down the middle. There's a fastball that misses down to Shimouchi. The count is 1-0. They're wearing white pants with that, and they've got this navy blue helmet that they are wearing as the base with the maroon Golden Eagle logo across the top. There's a fastball swung on, its tap foul over on the first base side, fielded on the backhand by Nakamura. And the count now is 1-1 to Shimouchi. These are two teams that I was not able to catch up with in Japan. I caught 9 of the 12 teams and saw some teams multiple times. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count goes to 1-2 on Shimouchi. So 1-2 strikes it is. Wada is dealing tonight. He has been on song here so far. Here's the 15th pitch of the inning. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. So 16 pitches, only 4 for balls so far for Wada, all around the zone. And that could make for a interesting evening for the opposition if he could give them 5 or 6 strong innings. And it's generally a left-handed laden lineup that the Golden Eagles roll out. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 2-2. So 2 strikes. As we mentioned before, it is a single stream, so we'll duck in and out of our chat between the innings, as there's a fastball missing down, and the count goes to 3-2. So if you've tuned in to say hello and we haven't responded, that is the reason why. We'll do that for the first half of the ball game, and then we'll have our other end up and rolling. We arrived in less than 24 hours ago, so we're a little behind in our own setup. There's a fastball missing upstairs. They appeal down to the third base umpire, but they say Shimouchi didn't go, and that's going to be ball 4. So it's going to be a 2-out walk here for the Golden Eagles. That sets the table for Hideo Asamura. And for Asamura, he's enjoying himself a nice season. He's hitting 271 with 23 homers and 66 runs driven in. He started slowly, and then he took over the Pacific League home run lead from Chusei Manami and hasn't really looked back. He has been a steady force in this resurgence of the Golden Eagles, certainly making a playoff charge here in September. There's a first pitch fastball swung on. It is lifted into shallow right field. Moving over underneath it is Yana Gamachi. He is there, and he's got room and makes the catch, and that will do it for the third out of the inning. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and there was a runner left aboard. We're through a half inning at the PayPay Dome. It is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks no score, and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles no score, and the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for being here with us. Holding it down for us is the living room in the chat room, and we'll be back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to give you the starting lineups for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. We didn't do our lineups at the top of the stream as we were a little bit rushed to get ourselves going. Leading off at center field tonight is number 23, Yukio Shudo. He'll be followed by the second baseman, number 13, Masaki Momori. In the 3 spot and doing the designated hitting is number 9, Yuki Yanagita. Hitting in the cleanup spot in left field is number 3, Kensuke Kondo. Batting 5th at first base is number 7, Akira Nakamura. Hitting 6th and playing shortstop is number 6, Kenta Imamiya. Batting in the 7th spot in right field is number 32, Tetsuro Yanagamachi. Hitting 8th at third base is number 43, Tomoya Inoue. And batting 9th and doing the catching is number 19, Takuya Kai. And they're going to be facing the veteran and NPB legend in Masahiro Tanaka. Tanaka struggling this year with a 7-8 record. Worked 119 innings. He's allowed 134 hits. He has given up 65 runs, 62 have been earned. He's walked 34 and struck out 66, and he's got a fluffed up ERA of 4.69. So this isn't your father's Masahiro Tanaka. He is getting a little bit long in the tooth, this one here, but still a KG veteran and can get the ball pretty much once a week as required in the NPB. So Shudo's going to lead it off. He's hitting 192 on the season. He's got a couple homers and 14 runs driven in. And so he got himself off to a hot start in the first game of this series with a home run last night. So Shudo stepping to the plate as he is ready to get things underway for the Hawks against Masahiro Tanaka. And here's the first pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Shudo, a little disappointing for me because he was one of the players that I felt would have a breakout year this year for the Golden Hawks. He had the winning run or the winning run in the World Baseball Classic because that fastball misses down for a ball. The count is 1-1. His speed is his greatest asset, although his bat has failed him this year. He does have 27 stolen bases, and most of those have come in pinch hitting roles. Tanaka landed awkwardly on that second pitch, grimaced a little bit, so we'll keep an eye on him. Here's the 1-1 pitch. As the pitch is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away right into the catcher who gets the start tonight in Yuma Yasuda. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Shudo. The lineup for this game here defensively for the Golden Eagles from left to right field, it's Shimauchi in left. The center fielder is Tatsumi, and in right field tonight it is Ojima. As the 1-2 pitch is on the way from Tanaka. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to second. Asamura fields it on the run. He throws a little dart to Abbey at first, and that is going to retire Shudo on a ground out 4-3. He goes in the books for out number 1, and that's going to bring up Masaki Momori. Just to finish off the Golden Eagles defensively, around the horn from first to third, it is Abbey at first. The second baseman's Kobakata. The shortstop is Murray Biashi, and the third baseman is Franco with the battery of Tanaka and Yasuda. And I did say it was Asamura making the play. He's the regular second baseman, but he is in the start at DH tonight. So Kobakata made the play on the run. So here's the first offering to Momori. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Momori hitting .267 on the season with 4 homers and 14 runs driven in. It's a pretty good 1-2 punch at the top of the order for the Hawks with 40 stolen bases combined between Shudo and Momori. As that breaking ball misses down, and the count goes to 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tanaka rocking into the windup as he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to the left-handed hitting second baseman Momori. Rocking into the windup. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This bounces over to the right side of the infield, fielded by Kobakata. He throws to first, and an instant replay of the first out of the inning. It's a ground out 4-3 as Momori is gone for out number 2, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, and Yuki Yanagita. Just as a reminder, we mentioned in the top of the inning, we are not on a dual stream right now. We are on a singlet. So we will be tapping in and out of the chat in between the half innings. So thanks for stopping in with us here. There's a fastball that misses upstairs to Yanagita for ball 1. The count is 1-0. Yanagita batting .306 on the year with 19 homers and 73 runs driven in. Hitting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Tanaka, who rocks into the windup and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and lifted foul into the seats behind the third base dugout. The count now goes even to 1-1. When they're rolling together, both Yanagita and Kondo are just feasting off of one another's abilities, or feeding off one another's abilities. And they are neck and neck with very similar averages, runs produced, with the home runs and the RBIs. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now is 1-2 on Yanagita. Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks in their traditional home whites tonight. As we said, it is a white pants for the Golden Eagles. as they are in a little bit of a different look in this one. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is taken on one hop by the second baseman Kobakata. This when he throws into the dirt. A nice scoop there by Abbey. And that is going to go into the books as a ground out 4-3. So a busy man is Kobakata in the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We are now through one complete. It is the Hawks no score and the Eagles no score. A battle of the two veterans when we return after this. Appreciate you guys for ducking in here with us tonight. Our friend Zay is in the house here as well. We're glad you are with us. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred with Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top half of the second inning. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, we're going to be working off a single stream and bounce in and out for the chat in between the innings. And our friend Zay is in the house tonight. We appreciate you for stopping in, Zay. And yeah, still a little bit lagged. They got back in the wee hours of the morning today in North America. So we are going to punch this one out here tonight. We got a game slated for tomorrow, but we may try to knock off a pair tomorrow, depending upon how we do in game number one. Yes, tomorrow we will call the Giants and the Dragons. Little Central League action. And the first pitch from Tsuyoshi Wada to Takeru Okajima is taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Okajima, Abbey, and Tatsumi to face the lefty Wada here in the top of the second inning. As he kicks and delivers, it's a fastball taken for a called strike at the knees. And the count is now 0-2. That stiffened up the batter, Okajima, as that pitch looked like it was low and inside. Kai had set up outside, and he had reached across his body to pick that one off for a called strike. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count goes to 1-2. So in between the half innings, we will bounce in and check in on the chat. So if we're not chatty with the chat, we apologize initially on because of our single stream feed. So hopefully we can answer your questions along with anything else on the in-between. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. The count now goes to 2-2 on Okajima. In the first inning, it was 19 pitches for Wada. As he kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to the right side, fielded by the second baseman Momori, who throws to first. That's going to retire Okajima on a ground out 4-3. And that is the fourth consecutive ball hit to the right side of the infield in this game for both of the teams. And all the retirements have been the same, 4-3 as the putouts. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Toshiki Abbey. Abbey batting .258 on the year with 4 homers and 20 runs driven in. Steps in here against the left-handed throwing Wada, so lefty against the righty as Wada delivers a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Abbey. Wada again back into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Wada rocking into the windup yet again. He kicks and he fires. There's a fastball swung on, and it's lifted foul behind home plate. And the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lefty Wada, the KG veteran, works into the windup and delivers. There's a pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on, and it's lifted foul into the seats over on the first base side. And the count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Lefty Wada wasting no time. He's getting ready to deliver again to Kuyakai, wanting him to slow a little bit, but he has none of it. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2. Wada gets the ball, and he wants to throw. That's his mantra when there is nobody on base. He can't work quick enough. Barely gets the fingers down, and here comes the offering. The 2-2 on the way. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. Moving over toward the foul line is Yanagamachi. He slides, and he slides into the wall, but that ball is going to land in foul territory. That is a very dangerous play. He runs out of a lot of real estate down the right field line. You see this in a lot of the Japanese parks. Pretty much about maybe 50 feet past the third base bag, the wall gets really, really tight to the foul line. And so too at the PayPay Dome. So by the time Yanagamachi slid, he ended up going feet first into the wall. There's maybe only about 6 feet at most between the foul line and the wall. There's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded over to short. Mamiya fields it on the backhand. He fires across the diamond. That's going to retire Abbey on a ground out 6-3. He's gone for the second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it all up to the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. Well, for Tatsumi, he's batting .262. He's got 7 homers and 30 runs driven in. So he steps to the plate here, ready to face the left-hander Wada. Wada here, ready to face the other lefty in Tatsumi as the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So just as the Eagles have gotten better through the course of the season, so too has Tatsumi. He's got his average at .262. There is a fastball swung on it. It is grounded up the middle, backhanded by Mamori, but he can't come up with the play. And that is going to be the second base runner of the night for the Eagles. They're going to rule that as a hit. Oh boy, afraid to give their second baseman an error. That should have been a play that should have been made. Yes, backhand play. And even if he comes up with it, he probably still has time to throw it out. So you'd have to say that Tatsumi there is going to be happy because he gets himself a hit. But I'm not so sure if that was particularly the case. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Mikael Franco. So for Franco, batting .230 on the season, he's got 12 homers and 32 runs driven in. His best game of the season might have been the first game, and it's been all downhill after that. Here comes the first offering. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Franco. Now, when Wada's a little bit of a different pitcher when there is runners that have reached base. In this particular situation here, this might be one of those ones. As we said, it works a little bit differently. As the pitch is on the way, there's a breaking ball that swung on and missed. The count now goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As we mentioned before, as we are not directly monitoring our chat room over here, we are popping in and out in the half innings as the 1-1 pitch is set to be delivered here to Franco as Wada checks the runner and he throws over to first base. Diving back in time is Tatsumi. Tatsumi is a threat to run. He does have 13 stolen bases on the year. Outside of Kobakata, he is their next most proficient base stealer. As the 1-1 pitch is ready to go, they've tried to have Tatsumi in the leadoff spot, but he never can quite seem to grasp hold of it. There's a fastball missing outside. The count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. The lefty Wada ready to go back at it as Franco takes his sweet time getting back into the box. And here comes the 2-1 offering. The lefty checks the runner at first. Checks him again, and here's the pitch. There's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded foul just past the third base bag, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still a little bit miffed that they awarded a hit there to Tatsumi, but again, I'm not the scorer on that one. They may want to take a look at the replay. That should have been out number 3. And the inning should have been over. It was not a particularly hard play, but it wasn't what I would call a easy play either. A play that needed to be made on the backhand side. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Instead, Wada throws over to first base, and diving back in time safely is the base runner Tatsumi. Interesting to see if they do put him in motion here at some point, maybe even on a bit of a delay. Certainly, if Franco can get to 3-2, that's an automatic. As time has been called at home plate, as Franco has stepped out. We'll do this all over again in a moment. Our friend Zay says he is rooting for the Hawks in this one. So here comes the 2-2 offering as the lefty Wada works to the set. Checks the runner. And now he throws over to first base. And again, Tatsumi goes diving back. Playing a little bit of cat and mouse with the lefty here are the Golden Eagles. Looks like that there's already some stirring in the bullpen. It looks like that may be already up and throwing for I don't know if it's the Golden Eagles. There's a fastball swung on and missed. We'll get a check on that for you when we come back in just a moment. Franco down on strikes for the third out of the inning. No runs in the inning on the one questionable hit by Ryosuke Tatsumi. No errors and one runner left aboard. We are now through 1.5. Your score is the Eagles 0 and the Hawks 0. And our right-hander Tanaka is coming back out for inning number 2 of work. We'll keep an eye on him when we return right after this. Appreciate you guys for being with us. We'll be back in 60 seconds after this from our friend, Steve Rademacher.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom half of the second inning as we're ready to get this one back underway. It is going to be Tanaka on the mound for inning number 2 as he completes his warm-up tosses. As we mentioned before, this one here, we are going to be giving you a solo screen run, unfortunately, until we can get a few things sorted out. It is our first game back after our wonderful journey to the land of the rising sun. So it is going to be coming to bat here. It'll be Kensuke Kondo, Akira Nakamura, and Kenta Imamiya. That means it is going to be the heart of the batting order for the Hawks. So Kondo, Nakamura, and Imamiya to come to bat here. Kondo batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Tanaka. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down for ball 1. Count as 1-0. Kondo hitting .304 on the season, 21 homers and 74 runs driven in. As he gets himself set ready to face the right-hander who kicks and delivers the 1-0 pitch. It's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count now is 1-1. One ball and one strike to Kondo as the right-hander Tanaka rocks into the windup yet again. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. The count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kondo all around the leaderboard in the NPB. He has got himself with his tally of 21 homers, has him 3rd in the Pacific League. He is up there in RBIs and in batting average, so it has a shot at a triple crown. There's a fastball swung on and lifted foul down the left field line. The count is 1-2. I would have to say, though, that he'd have to have a hot month at the plate, at least in the batting average department, because I don't know if 304 is going to be good enough to win it, as his teammate Yanagita is hitting 306. But on top of it, there are a few other players in the league that are all surrounded with them in terms of their offensive production power. There's a fastball swung on it, is grounded over to first, fielded and bobbled by Abbey. He underhand flips it to the pitcher covering. Nice job there by Tanaka. That's going to go down as a ground out, 3-1. Goes in the books for the first out of the inning. It's going to bring up the first baseman, Akira Nakamura. It's the first time that the second baseman, Kobakata, has not been involved in a putout in this one, as all three of the outs in the first inning went to the second baseman. So here comes the first baseman, Nakamura, who stands in on the left side. He's hitting .280 on the season with 4 homers and 34 runs driven in. He's got quite the open stance as the pitch comes from the right-handed throwing Tanaka. Taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike it is. Right-hander rocking into the windup. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that just misses upstairs. And the count now goes even to 1-1 on Nakamura. We'll try in this half inning here to possibly be able to get up our second stream. We'll try to do that on the in-between. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1. If not, it'll have to be either in the end of the third or in the fifth. I may try to delay that off a little bit. We've got part of our setup completed. Just have to do the rest to get everything going. Again, a reminder, tomorrow night we'll be back on the airwaves, as it'll be the Giants and the Dragons, 10 o'clock Pacific, or it's going to be 1 a.m. Eastern. There's a fastball swung on it, has popped up into straightaway center field. Moving over underneath it is Tatsumi, and he's going to make the catch, and that's going to retire Nakamura for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to leave it up to the shortstop, Kenta Imamiya. Both of these pitchers tonight have been around the zone and have been filling it up with regularity. Tsuyoshi Wada, the same on the Hawks side of the ledger. Masahiro Tanaka yet to allow a base runner in this one. So 2 gone here on the second inning, and Imamiya at the plate. He's hitting .256 on the year. Takes a breaking ball that misses down and away. The count is quickly 1-0. 8 homers to go with 34 runs driven in for the diminutive shortstop. He plays bigger than his stature. Here comes the 1-0. As Tanaka kicks and delivers. And the pitch is a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. And the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Tanaka with a maroon glove that matches the jersey color tonight that the Golden Eagles are wearing. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1. I did see that Trevor Bauer was able to get the pitcher or the pitcher of the month in the Central League for the month of August. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-2. So all of those wishing for his demise, I'd have to hold off on that one. Although by the sounds of it, or the looks of it, he might have himself a former Dodger teammate coming over to Yokohama. We could start those rumors started now. There's a breaking ball swung on it, is grounded over to third, fielded on the glove side by Franco. He does a 360. He throws to first, and Imamiya is going to be retired on a ground out 5-3 for the third out of the inning, and that is going to do it here as the Hawks go quietly in their half of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 2 complete innings at the PayPay Dome. It is the Golden Eagles no score and the Hawks no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a few moments after this. Appreciate you guys for listening in. And as we said, it is one of those type of things. We're right back here in just a couple moments. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back after this.
Steve here from outside his refrigerator that a lot of you like so much. So let's go inside. There's my hot sauces and other stuff. Let's see what we can do here for Freddie. Awesome game, Freddie. Keep up the good work. We love the baseball. So why don't we rip open Garbage Pail Kids just for you and the listeners. Large Marge, she belongs in the fridge. Liberty Libby, well, she belongs down here on the beer. Apple Corey, hey, he's pretty cool. Put him on that beer up here. And Target Margaret. All Series 3 Chrome Garbage Pail Kids. Freddie, back to you in the game, and everybody else, please enjoy everything he does and tip him nicely.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. In turn, we support Steve Rademacher. We thank you for supporting us, Steve. A chance to talk to Steve as recently as earlier today. Caught up with him for a couple minutes and everything else, so he has got himself busy time. Be sure to check out his channel. He is good for at least a video a day, if not more, as he is pumping out the stuff all the time. So Tsuyoshi Iwata ready to get things going. He's going to face the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the batting order. And the first pitch delivered to Yuma Yasuda is taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. Yasuda hitting .211 with 3 homers and 7 RBIs. Facing the lefty Iwata, who kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on, and it's hit past the diving first baseman Nakamura into right field. And it's going to be a base hit here surrendered by the lefty Iwata. And that is going to bring up the top of the order in Hiroto Kobakata. Well, if they think that this is going to be a 1-0 ball game, you got to think that the Golden Eagles will be looking to bunt here. Although Yasuda not the most fleetest of foot, it is the bat wizardry of Kobakata. Be able to get the job done of putting bunts down that could put that into scoring position. So Kobakata steps in here. We'll see what the Golden Eagles have up their sleeve, and he's already scoring the bunt, so it's a no-brainer here. Kobakata here setting himself up. Here's the offering from Wada. He bunts it. It's down. It's a good one. Wada off the mound to field it. He throws to first. That's going to retire Kobakata. That's going to go down as a sacrifice. 1-4 on the putout. As Kobakata is retired for the first out of the inning. It's going to advance Yasuda over to second, and that is going to bring up the shortstop, Itsuki Muribayashi. Well, for Muribayashi, he's 0-1 in this one. He popped to the catcher his first time up. Muribayashi had popped it up over onto the third base side, over in front of the dugout. He was retired for the second out of the first inning. Batting from the right side here against the lefty Wada as the runner at second establishes his lead. Yasuda rocking and jockeying back and forth. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1 to Muribayashi. Wada ready to go again. He looks at gets the sign from his catcher Kai, checks the runner at second, checks him again. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So Wada ready to go yet again. He works back to the set position. He checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. And it is a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul over on the first base side of home plate. The count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. A friend in the living room wants to know what the thoughts are on potato salad. From the chat there, well, can't really tell you much about that. I don't know about everybody else's thoughts on potato salad, but the living room sports is going to be turning into the living room cooking show. Here's the 1-2. It's a fastball that misses down. A good stop there by the catcher Kai to keep it in front. The count now is 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The dangerous Hiroki Shimouchi waiting on deck. Not the best year for Shimouchi. I understood that before the season, Shimouchi was not offered a contract extension. He's got this year is the final year of his deal. And they weren't going to talk about, the team wasn't going to talk about an extension. And of course, we're wondering how that's affected his play. There's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Oh, Murray Biashi stood there like the house by the side of the road. He watched that go by for out number 2. That's going to bring up the aforementioned Shimouchi. Get a replay of that one. That pitch there, right from the overhead view. Called third strike on the outside corner. It was more than just the corner. Almost a full baseball length over that side, and I'm not sure what Murray Biashi was looking for. So here comes the first offering to the left-handed hitting left fielder of the Golden Eagles. That's water ready to go. He checks the runner at second, and here's the pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Shimouchi. Shimouchi was the first base runner of the ball game. He walked back in the first inning, but was stranded there as Asamura had flown out to right field. So here comes the 0-1 offering, lefty versus lefty. As we said, Wada, a much different pitcher when there's runners on base. He really takes his time. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow center field. Drifting over to his left with a lot of space is Shudo. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to do it as Shimouchi is gone for the third out of the inning. Well, they got a leadoff walk to Yasuda. He was sacrificed to second, and they left him stranded there. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom of the third inning. Your score is the Golden Eagles 0 and the Hawks 0. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in 60 with all the action. Jesse Harway in the house tonight. Shocking, as he is here as well. We'll be right back after this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We are going to be cruising here to the last half of the third inning, and we're going to try to do our best to get our second look up or our second stream up so we can get this one going for everybody here. We had a little bit of a late start. As we said, we haven't even fully unpacked yet from getting in late last night. We do have a nothing score line here as we are about to go to the bottom half of the third inning. 0-2-0 for the Golden Eagles, 0-0 across the stat line here for the Hawks. And it is going to be Masaki Motomori to get things going, and it looks like we're going to be pretty close to having our first feed up and our main feed ready to go here. As inning bottom number 3 is ready to get going. The first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike by Yanagamachi, and the count is quickly 0-1. Yanagamachi, Inoue, and Kai to face the right-hander Masahiro Tanaka, who rocks into the windup and delivers. It is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-2. He's got some pretty good stuff tonight here, does the right-hander Masahiro Tanaka. Well, we've got our other feedback up and running, so now we can engage with our chat as we can here tonight. There is a breaking ball swung on and missed. Yanagamachi goes in the books at 7 in a row, retired by Makun. And that is going to bring up the third baseman, Tomoya Inoue. So for Inoue, he is making his third appearance of his career at the NPB level for the Hawks. He is 2 for 8 with no homers and 1 RBI. He gets the start at third base here tonight. The right-hander Tanaka ready to go. He gets the sign from his catcher Yasuda, and he rocks into the windup and delivers. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. I have to say that the first time through the order, Masahiro Tanaka is looking really solid here tonight. He's putting pitches where he wants them to go. And here's the 0-1. It is a split finger pitch swung on and missed. The count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Tomorrow night, we'll do the Dragons and the Giants, but we may do a double dip tomorrow night, as there is a split finger pitch swung on and missed. It's in the dirt, blocked by Yasuda. He throws to first. It's going to retire Inoue. It's going to go down as a strikeout, 2-3 on the putout, as he is gone for the second out of the inning, and that's going to bring up Takuya Kai. Well, for Kai, he's batting .202 on the year with 10 homers and 37 runs batted in. Our friend Dinger in the house tonight. We appreciate you for being with us. Thank you, as always, for your patronage. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Dinger says, how was the trip? Trip, for the most part, was pretty good. Actually, I was sick last weekend. It was last Friday and Saturday. I like to say I caught a cold. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Fielding it to the glove side is Shimauchi, and that's going to be the first hit of the ball game here for the Hawks. That is a Takuya Kai single, and that's going to bring up Yukio Shudo. Just down at the back end of the trip when I got home yesterday. In fact, when I flew from Japan to Korea, I ended up where my ear was really giving me a hard time. One of my ears still with the remnants of the infection. And then yesterday, I was really worried about the long flight to Los Angeles. And as it turned out, it ended up being okay. And of course, the flight to Seattle wasn't as bad either. Well, that brings up Yukio Shudo to the top of the plate, top of the order. He's 0 for 1 today. He first swings at a first pitch and grounds it foul on the first base side. The count is 0-1. Shudo grounded out to second his first time up, as he's facing the veteran Tanaka here. A lot of video, a lot of stuff to be able to pick through. Working on a couple different videos that I'd like to have up at least in the next week. I was thinking about the editing process of some of this stuff to get it the way you want and everything else, and it is hard. It's one of the things that I could say I don't do well enough or efficient enough. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-2. Got a couple of videos set to launch, as I say, over the next couple of weeks. One is for the Baseball Hall of Fame. Did a really extensive look at the Hall. So here comes the 0-2 offering as the right-hander Tanaka holds at the chest. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul just past the bag at first base, and the count remains at 0-2 to Shudo. Takuya Kai does not have a stolen base this year, but there was a time to run. This would be the time to do it here. No balls, 2 strikes on your leadoff hitter. Kai batting in the 9 spot. If he got thrown out, it would give Shudo a fresh start to set the table in the next inning. So keep your eye on Takuya Kai here. Here's the 0-2. It's a split finger pitch swung on and missed. And Shudo goes into the books as Tanaka strikes out the side here in the third inning. No runs in the inning. There was the first hit of the Hawks night to night by Takuya Kai. No errors, and Kai left the board. We are now through 3 complete. Your score is the Golden Eagles 0 and the Hawks 0. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back with the call of the 4th inning when we return right after this. Appreciate you guys for being with us here tonight. We'll be right back in just a few. Your score as we move to the top of the fourth inning, 0-0 for the Eagles and the Hawks. We'll be back in 30 right after this. Appreciate you guys for ducking in here with us tonight. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the heart of the Golden Eagles batting order to face Yoshi Wada here in the top of the fourth inning. Hideo Asamura, Takiro Okajima, and Takeshi Abe will be coming to bat here. Friend Dinger asked, how was the trip? I can say that certainly it was hot. For those of you who live in the Midwest, not much difference than some of the stuff that you folks would experience in the summertime. Used to love that heat and humidity. But the difference is the sustained heat and humidity, where it is 96 in the daytime with a low of 89 overnight and some major humidity. It is in your face 24/7 in Tokyo. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Asamura. Asamura 0 for 1 tonight as he flew out to right field the first time up. Takes a breaking ball at the ankles for a ball, and the count is 1-1. Wada wasting no time, rocking into the windup and delivering. Fastball misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-1. So if you like that kind of weather, that is what you can expect and enjoy at this time of the year in Japan. Temperatures that are in the 90s as the 2-run is on the way. It's a slow breaking ball that misses outside. The count now goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. And the humidity go with it. So as I said, you either love it or love to hate it. But the difference is they do get a pretty steady breeze. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hideo Asamura with 23 homers on the year sits tied atop the Pacific League home run tally board. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into left field. It could be trouble if it stays fair, and it's just going to hook foul into the corner. It's going to keep the count at 3-2 to Asamura. That ball was scorched, but just hooked a bit foul. 3 players in this ball game tonight, all in the home run leads. First in the NPB, of course, is Asamura. The third spot is Kensuke Kondo, and 5th is Yuki Yanagita. So they do have some power in this ballpark here tonight. And there is a fastball swung on and missed. Asamura down on strikes. He's gone for the first out of the inning. 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Takiro Okajima. And tomorrow night, we may end up doing a double dip. We're thinking about obviously, we're going to do the Dragons and the Giants. That's going to be first one up on the docket. We will follow that up with the game, potentially with the Marines. As there's a pitch that is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted down the left field line, but it's going to reach the seats. Count is quickly 0-1 to Okajima. Okajima 0 for 1 tonight. He had grounded out to second his first time up. But we are eyeballing that one as well. Tomorrow night is possibly doing a doubleheader with the Marines to follow. Of course, the Marines and the Buffaloes are playing. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-1. So it would be a 10 o'clock start and then a quick turnaround with a 2 o'clock or 2 a.m. start Pacific time, but we'll have to wait and see how that shapes up. Other scores from around the NPB, we'll get you caught up on those in just a moment. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count's now 2-1. Bottom of the third inning, the Lions have a 5-0 lead over the Fighters. That's the only other game going on in the Pacific League. Here comes the 2-1 from Wada. There's a fastball that just misses outside. It's now 3-1. Giants Dragons locked up at zeros in the bottom of the third at the Tokyo Dome. In Yokohama, the Bay Stars are locked at ones with the Swallows. The Tigers have a 4-0 lead in the bottom of the third inning at the Koshin. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 3-2 on Okajima. Report: Major League Baseball teams are eyeballing the star third baseman Okamoto for the Yomiuri Giants. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down and away. It's going to be ball 4, and that's going to be only the second walk surrendered here tonight by Wada. It's going to put runner at first with one gone. It's going to bring up Toshiki Abe. Well, for Abe, tonight he is 0 for 1. He grounded to the shortstop his first time up. So the crowd is made their way to the opposite end of the island. Is not a huge section for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. Here comes the first offering from the lefty, who instead fires over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner Okajima. To make some adjustments here ourselves as everything is lit up, and we got to get some airflow going. We got to set up our fans to keep the air movement going at our end. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count now is 0-1 to Abe. Eagles finally settled in after a really rocky start to the season. They are chasing the Eagles here for the 4th spot in the Pacific League. Left-hander against the right-hander. Wada working to the set. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses inside. The count goes to 1-1. Time is on the side of the teams that have the better records, as they are running out of time are the ones that are chasing them. The chase is on, though, here. There is, I would have to say that if the Fighters or the Lions made the playoffs, the word miracle would have to come to mind. Lions 19.5 games behind the Buffaloes, as there's a breaking ball that misses outside. Counts now 2-1. But really the important number to them is they're 7 behind the Hawks. Eagles find themselves 1.5 games behind the Hawks with 2 games in hand. So that is also good for them to be able to have that in tow. Surprisingly, the Eagles are the number 1 most powerful team in the Pacific League. Here comes the 2-1 pitch, as Wada instead throws to first, and again diving back in time is Okajima. I say that surprisingly because we mentioned that the Hawks have 2 of the top 5 home run hitters in Kondo and Yanagita, yet they only have 91 home runs. The Eagles have 96. The Buffaloes have 93. That's not really unexpected. And then the Hawks are 3rd in the Pacific League, with the Fighters and Marines closely behind. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball is swung on, lifted into right field. Giving chase is the right fielder Yanagamachi. He's there and he makes the catch. And retreating back to first is the base runner Okajima. But Abe's retired for the second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it up to the center fielder Ryosuke Tatsumi. But nobody has more home runs than the Yomiuri Giants, 147 this season. The only other club with over 100 is the Swallows at 103. And it sounds impressive, but after having been to the Tokyo Dome and seeing where the Giants call their home, the Homer Dome there, I don't know if it's the most impressive thing once you've seen the field dimensions and the size of the egg. Here's the first pitch to the left-handed hitting center fielder. He takes it for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Tatsumi was awarded a hit in the first inning as his ground ball up the middle was knocked down by the second baseman Momori, but from our vantage point, it sure didn't look like a hit. It looked like it was definitely an E4. Would have had an opportunity to have played it and been able to retire the runner for an out. As there's a fastball that backs Tatsumi off the plate, and the count goes even to 1-1. Team with the least amount of home runs across the NPB is by far the Chinichi Dragons, only 57. Got to witness one of those firsthand against the Carp in Hiroshima. So the lefty Owada working to the set. Here comes the 1-1. That's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field, right center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Moving to his left and fielding it is Shudo, and going all the way around to third is going to be Okajima. So that's going to be the second hit of the ball game for Tatsumi. So they've got runners at the corners with 2 gone, and that's going to leave it up to the third baseman, Mikhail Franco. So Franco, 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out to end the second inning. Get some self dug in here, ready to go. As Takuya Kai comes out and gives the first and third signs to his pitcher, Wada. Franco digs himself in, ready to face the first offering here. This is opportunity for the big right-handed hitting third baseman of the Golden Eagles to do some damage. Here comes the first pitch. As he kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul down the right field line. Count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Masahiro Tanaka already up and throwing in front of the visitors' dugout, as you see on a regular basis in Japan. I kind of like that, to be honest. Helps keep the pace of play moving along. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses outside. The count now goes to 1-1. When I was in Japan, one of the fellows that I was talking to was telling me, former professional player, had his opportunity to play independent ball in Canada, also played in Australia and other parts. He was telling me that they were talking about the size of the baseball. At least Yu Darvish has said that he thinks the size of the baseball and just that extra ounce that the North Americans are using is causing the Tommy John surgeries. Here's the pitch. Fastball that misses inside. Count now goes to 2-1. Amount of Tommy John surgeries for the torn UCLs is just through the roof. When you look at Japanese baseball, there have been UCL injuries, but not at the alarming rate we've witnessed in Major League Baseball. So he was saying that Darvish has said it's the ball, and also whatever substance they put on the ball. Or Major League Baseball said they were going to make the balls this year a little bit more tacky. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 3-1 on Franco, with Yuma Yasuda waiting his turn on deck. So 3 balls and 1 strike as the right-handed hitting Franco waiting here on Wada. As we said, Wada, different pitcher with runners on base when there are not. Already 72 pitches for the Hawks lefty here in the 4th inning. Here's the 1-1. Pitch on the way. It's a slow breaking ball. Swung on and fouled straight back. Count now is 3-2 to Franco. So the runner at first, Tatsumi, is going to be on the move. Wada delivers his next pitch to the plate. So the count is full to Franco. 2 gone, runners at the corners. And the less than 1 section of Eagle fans are chanting their most here for their team on the offensive side to do some damage. Here comes the 3-2 offering as the lefty works to the set. Kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow left field. Moving in on it is the left fielder, Kondo. He's got time and space. He makes the grab, and Franco is going to be retired for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. Now moving to the last half of the fourth inning. Your score is the Eagles 0 and the Hawks 0. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. We appreciate you guys for listening in here with us tonight. Hang tight right after this. Last Raps Baseball would like your support. Memberships are available on our channel now. We will share with you some behind-the-scenes items that are not baseball-related, like the culinary cuisine of Japan, take you to cool Japanese public batting cages, drop in on some amateur practices in and around the Osaka and Tokyo areas, check out the unique gaming and electronic experiences in the world of Akihabara and other locations, maybe even take a ride on a Mario Kart, visit some of the cool markets all over the country, including this one in Tokyo at Nakamise Dore. But don't worry, you won't be left holding the bag. Members can enjoy becoming a part of the channel. We'll have something for everyone's viewing pleasure. Become a member of Last Raps Baseball's channel today. Monthly memberships start as low as $1.99 per month. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the last half of the fourth inning. It'll be Momori, Yanagita, and Kondo. We'll keep an eye on Wada as it looks like his night might be over. We have our friend undrafted player in the house. As he said, he is watching the live and trying to organize his hobby room. He says, am I still in Japan? Are we home? We got home less than 24 hours ago as we arrived in the middle of the night. Flight from LA to Seattle was delayed a little bit, but once we were able to get through that, we were able to make our way. So it looks like we may have a pitching change in the next inning. We'll keep our eyes peeled for that, as it may be the end of the night for Wada through the 3 innings of his work. That's going to bring Momori to the plate. Momori, Yanagita, and Kondo here to face Masahiro Tanaka in the 4th inning. Momori hitting .267 with 4 homers and 14 runs driven in. The first pitch is a breaking ball swung on. It's going to be looped softly over the head of the shortstop as it gets down, rounding first and making a huge turn was Momori. But they get it back into second base. That's going to be a leadoff single here for Momori in the 4th inning, as he is bored with nobody out. That's going to bring up the DH, Yuki Yanagita. So yeah, making the return back the other way, getting back into Canada closer to 2 o'clock actually it was about 1 something when we came through, getting home closer to 2 in the morning. The other problem is that got into the airport, and the next thing you know is got to the vehicle, and the vehicle's tire pressures were low. I had to go and put some air in the tires. It must have been a slow leak, or the air temperature it's a little bit cooler now. Not quite the same when we went down. Here's the first pitch offered to Yanagita. So finding a gas station and then finding one that had air was a little bit of a challenge. So 1 ball and no strikes it is to Yanagita, who is batting here with the runner at first and nobody out. Right-hander Tanaka gets his sign from his catcher Yasuda as he works to the set position. Now delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count goes to 1-1. One ball and 1 strike to Yanagita. Yanagita had grounded out to first base, or grounded out to second base in the 1st inning. The parade of offensive players that did that included all the top 3 hitters in the order for the Hawks. Here comes the 1-1. There's a split finger that's down. They appeal over to third base, but say Yanagita didn't go. 2 balls and 1 strike to Yanagita. A little surprised about that. For an undrafted player said freshly arrived in North America. Weather in Japan was pretty darn right hot, or Pocari sweat hot. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count now goes to 3-1. For those of you who may have seen the video or maybe haven't seen the video, Pocari sweat, an Asian sport drink, or sport drink that is pretty much found in Asia. You could get it in Korea too. And it is a pretty cool spot for a drink. It's got a little bit of a grapefruit flavor after you take a good swig. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 3-2. There was another one of our followers had mentioned about something called Calpis soda. And we hadn't found it. We were looking for it. You can't get that as regular as you can the Pocari Sweat. That's pretty much a staple. Anyways, the Calpis soda, I don't even know how to describe it, but it was pretty decent in terms of what I would say, one of those drinks that has a little bit of a mint flavor at the end. It's sparkling, but it looks like milk. Doesn't taste like milk, but it looks like it. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. As Tanaka holds to the set, now delivers. Breaking ball, the misses down and in, and off goes to second base, goes the runner. They say that he's out. I'm going to take a look at this one. Did Yanagita go down on strikes? Because it looked like ball 4, but the home plate umpire went right down to the third base umpire to see if Yanagita went around. It looked like it was going to be ball 4. Yanagita did try to check his swing. The catcher came up firing. He nails Mamori trying to steal second base. That's going to be caught stealing 2-6. And it looks like Yanagita may be out on the appeal by his reaction. So Mamori gone for the first out of the inning, and Yanagita sitting on the bench with him. He goes down on strikes for the second out. So 2 gone here, and that's going to bring up the left fielder Kitsuki Kondo, who takes a breaking ball down for a ball. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Kondo grounded out to the first baseman his first time up. Batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Tanaka, who rocks into the windup and delivers. There's a fastball swung on it, is grounded over to second. Fielded by Kobakata. He throws to first, and that is going to do it here for the Hawks in their half of the inning, as he is gone for the third out of the inning. No runs in the inning. There was a 1 hit. There was no errors, and there was nobody left aboard. You're now through 4 complete. Your score is the Golden Eagles 0 and the Hawks 0. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call of inning number 5 when we return after this. Appreciate you guys for listening in here with us. We'll be right back in just a few.
Hello? Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game, really exciting, lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving now to the top half of the 5th inning. It's going to be Yuma Yasuda, the top of the order, Hirota Kobakata, and Itsuki Maribayashi. Have to say it is the 5th inning, and the scoreline is 0-0 it is going to be Wada coming back in. We thought that his night might be done. The way the pitching coach, usually we don't see the pitching coach go out and talk to the home plate umpire, or the manager would be the one who normally does. But Wada is back in for his 5th inning of work. Yasuda, Kobakata, and Maribayashi here to face the lefty, as the first pitch is a breaking ball that is swung on and missed. The count is 0-1. 74 pitches through the first 4 innings for Wada. So I would have to say that he has got to be on a short leash. Would be shocked to see him out for the 6th. Doesn't seem to be the way that they like to work. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away over on the third base side. Count now goes to no balls and 2 strikes. So no balls and 2 strikes it is to the left-handed hitting catcher Yasuda, who takes a fastball and fouls that one off down the left field line, and the count remains at 0-2. As we said, Central League action tomorrow between the Giants and the Dragons. 10 o'clock on the West Coast, 1 a.m. on the East Coast. Here comes the 0-2. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count goes to 1-2 to Yasuda. As a reminder, after the 5th inning, it is going to be a break for us in the action. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Yasuda aboard with a leadoff single. That's his second hit of the ball game. Only 3 thus far for the Golden Eagles. He has a pair of them. Have to do a double check on that. That's actually the 4th hit for the Golden Eagles, and he has half of them. Missed the base hit by Yasuda in the 3rd inning to add to our tally. So Tatsumi's got 2 hits. Yasuda's got 2 hits. That has been the only hits tonight for the Golden Eagles. So Kobakata to the plate. Last time he had sacrificed Tatsumi over to second. We'll see if they follow suit here again. They throw over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner. So Tatsumi at the plate, waiting here on the offering from the lefty, who holds to the set. Now he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1 to Kobakata. Balls and 1 strike it is. It is the 5th inning, and that's where a lot of people are going to be concerned about this over-under. I don't know what the over-under was for the first 5 innings in this one. Obviously, both of these pitchers posting zeros. I think that under would have been an interesting take. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Kobakata. One thing I could say is coming back from Japan, got one of my discs in my back is affecting my neck. I can't take a look from a really good look to my left. I don't know if it was on the plane or awkwardly, however it was, but literally a pain in the back. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count is 1-2. I haven't had that for a few years. Had it before, but just probably some inflammation around one of the bones in that joint. So good at making right-hand turns right now while driving. A little bit more tedious making the left-hand turn. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. The lefty holds set, now delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on, is grounded past the diving shortstop into left field, gets past the glove of Imamiya. So back-to-back singles here to start off the top half inning here of the 5th for the Eagles. It's going to bring up the shortstop, Itsuki Muribayashi. And I'll be darned, you'd have to think that this one here is going to be a bunting situation for sure. As Muribayashi steps to the plate with 2 on and nobody out. So maybe you might want to hold your call there on the fact that we were calling for an under in these first 5 innings. There's a full hot conference on the mound as they all come in to talk to their lefty Wada. As we said before, this is an inning for him that one would have to think that he's probably not going to come out for the 6th. But they have set the table nicely for the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Well, this is number 2 coming to the plate, Muribayashi. I would have to think he's going to be bunting. So lefty Wada ready to go as he's getting his sign from his catcher, Kai. He checks the runner over at second. And do the old spaghetti move, and the hitter is not tipping anybody with any of his actions. So here comes the first offering now to the right-handed hitting Muribayashi. He waits here on the pitch from Wada. Wada checks the runner at second. And now he kicks and delivers. He squares to bunt. It's a fastball that misses upstairs for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Keep our eye here to see if maybe the Hawks in this situation would put something on the runner over at second base. Again, Takuya Kai out flashing his signals for the team defense. So Kai giving the signals to the defense, and we're ready to go. Wada here gets his sign from his catcher. He looks at the runner back at second base. Now he works to the belt. Suda holding his ground, and there's the daylight play. They didn't give it to him. It's bunted down the third base line. It is fielded by Inoue. He throws to first. It's going to be a sacrifice. It's going to be 5-4 on the putout. The shortstop, Imamiya, was calling for the daylight play. The pitching coach is now on his way to the mound for Fukuoka. As we watch that one all over again. No play at all for the third baseman to get back to the bag at third, as it did score the runner. So it's going to advance everybody along. Yasuda's the runner at third. Kobakata is the runner at second. It brings Hiroki Shimauchi to the plate. One might think this could be the last batter for the lefty Wada if he can't get him out. Hideta Asamura waiting his turn on deck. Never did a 0-0 scoreline look so unsafe here in this situation with runners at second and third and one gone. So digging in is the left-handed hitting Shimauchi. Waiting here on the offering from the lefty Wada. The Hawks have the defense in, as it is difficult to see where the grass line would be, as it's all green. Fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. They are in a position where if it's a ground ball in the infield, they're ready to take a shot at the runner going to the plate. Ryder, after the bottom of the fifth inning, will take a extended timeout, as they like to do their halftime, as we like to call it. Sometimes where you can get your food and your drink. Here's the offering. It is a fastball swung on, its lifted foul into the netting over on the third base side. 1 ball and 1 strike to Shimauchi. And we will have to do our version of the fifth inning stretch, so to speak, in Japanese terms. Get ourselves a little walk around and a little bit of energy here for the rest of this one. Here comes the 1-1 pitch as the lefty Wada holds set. Kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on off the end of the bat. Grounded foul up the third baseline, and the count's 1-2 to Shimauchi. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runners at second and third, 1 gone here in the fifth inning. The Tohoku crowd in attendance, making some noise. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here comes the offering from Wada. Pitch number 89 of the ball game. On the way. Fastball spikes, gets away from Kai, but he's able to keep it in front of him as it moves up the third baseline in foul territory. It's going to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nice job there by Kai. Not only to block the pitch, but to be able to chase it down. Ended up scampering the base runner Yasuda back to third. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as the left-handed hitting Shimouchi waiting here on the offering. Wada works to the set. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. That's going to get 1 run in. Here comes the throw, and it's not going to be in time as that is going to cash 2 runs here. So a 2-run single by Shimouchi as he is aboard for the second time here tonight. Fist pumps all around in the Golden Eagle dugout. Yasuda, the first runner to cross the plate. Kobakata with run number 2. And Shimouchi has delivered here with 1 gone in the 5th inning. So a 2-run single. That's going to bring up Hideto Asamura. Makes you wonder a little bit. The lefty-lefty matchup, no doubt to leave in the pitcher Wada to try to get Shimouchi. It's like they're going to try to run him out here for the rest of this inning, as he's going to be facing Hideto Asamura. Asamura tonight he's got twice. He's flown out to right, and he has struck out his 2 trips to the plate. First pitch fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Asamura. Asamura waggling the bat, waiting here on the offering from Wada. Can use themselves a double play ball here. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 0-2 on Asamura. Asamura, then Okajima, and Abby to follow them as well. Here's the 0-2. Lefty kicks and delivers. Fastball that misses upstairs. They appeal down to the first base umpire. They say Asamura didn't win. Boy, we'd like to have a look at that one ourselves. 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to the right-handed hitting designated hitter of the Eagles. So here comes the 1-2 as Wada works to the belt position. Now he kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball. Waved at and missed. Asamura gone down on strikes for out number 2. 2 up or 2 away now here in the 5th inning. It's going to leave it all up to the right fielder, Takiro Okajima. Well, for Okajima, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He has also drawn a walk. Establishing his lead over at first is Shimouchi. It's the left-handed hitting. Okajima waits on the offering from the lefty Wada. Kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Lefty-lefty matchup. That's the left-hander Okajima ready to go again. As he works to the set. Now he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike as the lefty Wada holds to the set. He kicks and he fires. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. Moving over to his left and making the catch on the run is Yanagamachi. That is going to do it, but there was damage in the inning as the Eagles scored their first 2 runs. They had 2 runs on the benefit of 3 hits. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. Your score here as we are completed 4.5. That is the Golden Eagles 2 and the Hawks no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a few. It is going to be Nakamura, Imamiya, and Yanagamachi to come to bat when we return in just a few. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight. Here is our friend Steve.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Nakamura, Imamiya, and Yanagamachi to come to the plate. We appreciate you guys for jumping in here. And we thank you guys for being with us here. As we said, it's our first game back and a little bit on the groggy side still. So still wanted to get a ball game in here tonight as we are moving to the last half of the fifth inning. Nakamura, Imamiya, and Yanagamachi to face the right-hander Masahiro Tanaka. The 2-run single by Hiroki Shimochi have the Eagles out in front 2-bagel. First pitch is a breaking ball that misses upstairs for ball one. The count is 1-0 to Nakamura. Nakamura flew out to center field his first time up here tonight. Waiting on the offering from the righty Tanaka, who kicks and delivers a changeup that pours in for a called strike. The count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander rocking into the motion. Here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball that is check swing. Looked like he had taken the pitch for a called strike as the umpire did go up with the right hand. I think it was the determining factor that he went around or not. Here comes the pitch. As the right-hander Tanaka delivers, it's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. As we said at the end of the half inning here, we'll take a extended break. Get that coffee going. Here's the 2-2. It's a fastball swung on a lifted foul down the third base line, and the count remains at 2-2. I don't know the exact size of some of the ballparks number-wise, but I can't say that there is more than 35,000 in any park that I witnessed of the 6 that I was at. Here's the 2-2. It's a fastball swung on it. It's check swing fouled into the seats down the third base line. Count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tanaka rocking into the windup and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 3-2. It's always a swing inning here to see how many points these teams can put on the board, especially when some of our patrons are playing the over and the under. Here comes the 3-2. As Tanaka kicks and delivers, it's a fastball swung on, is popped up over onto the left side. Moving back underneath it is the shortstop, Moribayashi. He calls off everybody, and he's going to make the play. He's going to retire Nakamura for the first out of the inning. He's going to bring up the shortstop, Kenta Imamiya. So for Imamiya here tonight, he is 0 for 1. He's grounded to third, his only trip up against the right-hander Tanaka. Tanaka gets his sign from his catcher, Yasuda, and he's ready to go to work. Here comes the offering. As he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. This is vintage Masahiro Tanaka through the first 4+ innings for the Golden Eagles. We'll see how he holds up the rest of the way. Here comes the 1-0-1 pitch. Breaking ball that misses outside. The count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. I think one of the things is sitting on the plane where my neck is back. That was a bit of a problem. Could never get a comfortable position. So there's a breaking ball that's taken for a ball. They appeal down to the first base umpire, but he says Imamiya didn't go as well. So 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 on the way. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is here to the right-handed hitting Imamiya. Tanaka rocking into the windup and delivers. And that is a split-finger pitch, swung on and missed. Imamiya down on strikes for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to leave it up to the right fielder, Tetsuro Yanagamachi. No difference in the scoreline between the Lions and the Fighters. 5-0 for the Lions in that one. It's now 5-0 at the Cochin for the Tigers over the Carp. It's in the bottom of the 5th inning. The other 2 games still in the same states as we were before. 1-1, Bay Stars and Swallows. That's in the top of the 5th. Giants Bay Stars 0-0. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right center field, and it's going to get down. It's fielded on a hop by the right fielder Okajima. Rounding second, or check that, rounding first and headed towards second was the hitter Yanagamachi, but he's going to throw on the brakes and retreat back to first base. So he's got himself a 2-out single. He's going to bring up the third baseman, Tomoya Inoue. Well, 2 gone, and they are trying to get something started here are the Hawks. Yes, Inoue comes to the plate, 0 for 1 in this one. As we mentioned before, 2 runs in the top of the 5th inning for the Golden Eagles. Hawks looking to get some runs back here in their half of the inning. First pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1 to Inoue. Inoue struck out his first time up. 2 for 9 now on the young season for the rookie in the Hawks uniform. Here comes the 0-1 pitch as the right-hander Tanaka holds. Kicks and fires. There's a split-finger pitch swung on and missed. Count now goes to 0-2. That last fastball was of the split-finger variety as well. Was able to bury it in the dirt. That has the count at 0 balls and 2 strikes to Inoue. Here's the 0-2. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed. Inoue down on strikes. He's gone for out number 3, and that's going to do it here in the 5th inning for the Hawks. No runs on a 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. 5 complete now in the books in Fukuoka. Your score is the Golden Eagles 2 and the Hawks no score. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in for this one here in just a few. We're going to put it on loop. Do a couple laps around the park ourselves. We'll be back in just a few with all the action here. Hang tight, everybody. We'll see you in a bit.
All I want
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to have a pitching change here for the Hawks. Stick around. It is going to be the top of the sixth when we return right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Right-hander Katsuki Matayoshi in relief now for the Hawks and replacing Tsuyoshi Wada. The first pitch he delivers on the way to Takashi Abe is taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. We thought the pitching parade would start early tonight for the Hawks, and that is the case. As Wada's night is over, there's a fastball swung on and it's fouled right off into Takuya Kai. Right into the family jewels. That is going to leave a mark. He's just going to need a moment here to collect himself. So it is no balls and 2 strikes right now to Abe. Matayoshi on the season, he's got a 1-1 record in 20 appearances. He's worked 18 innings. He's allowed 18 hits. He has walked 5 and struck out 10, and he's got an ERA of 2. There's a fastball swung on. This is lined into right field. Drifting over toward the foul line is Yannick Gamachi, and he's there to haul it in. As Abe is gone for out number 1 here in the 6th inning, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. It's one of the things that I noticed even in the games that we witnessed in Japan. The pace of the relievers. There was the pitcher for the Buffaloes, Shota Abe. We're at the game on Tuesday night at Hodomoto Field in Kobe. And Shota Abe was taking 30-plus seconds between pitches. There was a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So what that is by the time he gets the ball from the catcher, when it hits his glove, we start the clock to the time the ball is released. And you'd think, well, you know what, maybe it's a one-off here and there, and sometimes that happens for pitchers. It was every single pitch, minimum 30 seconds. There's a fastball that misses outside. And it's just the tempo and the pace of the game. It absolutely kills it for the defense. The defense is being put to sleep. Everybody's being put to sleep, except for the hitter, who happened to be Watanabe, the hitter for the Lions, who deposited a 2-run shot into the seats. All 3 of those runs the other night were all unearned runs. As there is a split-figure pitch swung on and missed by Tatsumi. He finds himself in a heap in the dirt. He is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tatsumi tonight does have has 2 hits, 2 of the 6 Golden Eagle hits. Both of those hits came off of Wada. Both of them were singles. So here comes the 1-2 offering as the right-hander Adiyoshi gets his sign from Kai. He rocks into the windup and delivers. It is a split finger pitch, swung on and missed. Tatsumi goes in the books for the second out of the inning. So 2 Eagles up and 2 Eagles down. I don't know if it was more of a two-seam fastball than as much as it was a splitter. I don't think at first when I saw the grip out of his hand, it looked like it was a splitter. But he has a really low three-quarter arm action. And that ball probably was more of a two-seamer than it was actually a splitter, but the movement was down and away to the right or to the left-handed hitter. There's a fastball that misses outside to Mikael Franco, and the count is 1-0. Franco tonight 0 for 2. He has struck out and flown to left his 2 trips to the plate. Right-hander gets his sign from his catcher, Kai. He rocks into the windup and delivers. Fastball that misses outside. The count's now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. So for Tsuyoshi Iwata tonight, interesting that in the first 2 innings, he got the first 2 outs. And then he allowed a runner to reach base either via a walk or via a single. As the 2-0 is on the way, it's a fastball swung on. It is popped up in the infield. Coming over underneath it is the first baseman, and that is Nakamura, who makes the catch, and that is going to do it. As Franco is going to be retired for the 3rd out of the inning, and that will do it here for the Eagles in their half of the 5th. Check that, their half of the 6th. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. We're moving now to the bottom of the 6th. Your score is the Eagles 2, the Hawks no score. If Tanaka can get the win here tonight, it'll close them to a half game of one another. We'll be back in just a few with all the action in this one. Hang tight, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters to come to bat here for the Hawks in their half of the 6th inning. It'll be Kai, Shudo, and Momori. Do you try their luck again against the right-hander Masahiro Tanaka? Keep our eyes on the brass for the Hawks. See what they have up their sleeves. Got to find a way to get some offense going here in this one. So Takuya Kai steps to the plate. He's 1 for 1 here tonight. A single back in the 3rd inning. This is his 2nd time he's faced Tanaka tonight. Right-hander rocks into the windup. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. As we said, tomorrow, Saturday night Central League action. So if you're around the dial, be sure to listen in. There's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded over on the backhand side, fielded by Franco. He gets up and guns it across the diamond. Able to retire Kai. It's a ground out 5-3. Kai gone for out number 1. It'll bring up the top of the order in Yukio Shudo. So Shudo coming to the plate. He is 0 for 2 in this one, a ground out and a strikeout. Find a way to reach base here against Masahiro Tanaka. One would think that Tanaka is going to be given the opportunity to go as much as he can, as deep as he can in this one. He's only at 66 pitches right now here in the 6th inning. There's a first pitch fastball swung on. It is grounded up the middle. It's fielded on the backhand by Kobakata. He throws to first, and it is scooped by Abbey. It's going to go down as a ground out, 4-3. So just like that, we've got 2 quick outs here in the 6th inning. It's going to bring up the second baseman, Masaki Momori. Nice job there, Abbey, to get into his legs and stay low. Be able to make that play. Well, Momori, 1 for 2 tonight. He has a single and 2 trips. And the first pitch delivered from Tanaka is a fastball that misses up and in for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. He has risen his average to 269, has Momori. As Tanaka delivers, it's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Yuki Yanagina waits his turn on deck, and Kensuke Kondo is in the hole. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is golfed into right center field. Moving over to his left, and underneath it is Tatsumi. He's there, and he makes the catch. And that is going to do it as the Hawks go quietly again here in their half of the 6th inning. They go in order, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. It looks like we're going to the bullpen again as the Hawks Fujimoto is on his way to talk to the umpire. We'll get you that change when we return in just a few. We appreciate you guys for listening with us. We're going to the top of the 7th inning, 2-0 for the Eagles over the Hawks. Hang tight, guys. We'll be right back after this.
I've wanted to try this for a while. I want to try to make a wave. This is going to be the eye.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Hiroshi Kaino coming on in relief. This is a right-hander to be used by the Hawks. He's making his 38th appearance of the year. The 4-year veteran is 1-1 on the year. He does have a couple of saves. He's worked 34 and 2/3 innings. He's allowed 26 hits. He's walked 12 and struck out 33. He has given up 10 runs, all of which have been earned, and he's got an ERA of 2.60. The Toyo University graduate, Kaino, ready to take over and get to work here. He'll be 27 years old after the season, and he is going to be facing, in the batting order for the Golden Eagles, it's going to be the catcher Yasuda in the 9-hole, and Kobakata and Muribayashi, the top 2 hitters in the lineup. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses outside. The appeal down to the third base umpire, but they say that Yasuda didn't go, and it's going to be ball 1 to him. So pitcher number 3 on the hill here for the Hawks. There's a split figure pitch that misses down, but they say that this time Yasuda went around on it, and that is going to make the count 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. as the offering is set to be delivered, and it is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field, and it's going to get down in front of Kondo. He fields it as he's moving to the left, and he gets it back into the infield. So Yasuda has been aboard every single time he's come to the plate tonight. He has 3 of the Eagles' 7 hits. In the 9th spot here, that's going to bring up the top of the order in Hirono Kobakata. Well, back at the 3rd inning in this situation, Kobakata bunted. In the 5th inning, Kobakata had himself a base hit because he has come to bat in these situations with the leadoff hitter in the inning on all 3 times. So interesting to see what they're going to do with Kobakata here. Is he going to be bunting again? Are they going to try to play some small ball? I say yes. Try to tack on another run. Here's the first pitch, but it's not happening. The first pitch is a fastball missing outside for ball 1. The count is 1-0 to Kobakata. Kobakata officially 1 for 2 and scored a run in this one. Batting here from the left side against the right-handed throwing Kaino. As the right-hander holds to the set position, and now he throws over to first base. Diving back in time is the base runner, Yasuda. So 1 ball and no strikes. Kaino checks the runner over at first, and now he works sent to the belt. Here comes the 1-0. And there Kobakata squares the bunt. He gets it down. It's fielded by the pitcher. It's a good one. He throws over to first. That's going to be a sacrifice, 1-4. Kobakata does get the job done. He's gone for the first out of the inning. Yasuna over to second, and that is going to bring up the shortstop, Itsuki Moribayashi. And I think with the way that Moribayashi has been swinging the bat tonight, why not bunt again? Let's get it back the ball. Let's get the bat back into Hiroki Shimochi's hands, as he has had himself a very productive night in his spot in the order. So Moribayashi batting from the right side. Steps in here against the right-handed throwing Kaino. Checks the runner over at second. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses way upstairs. The count is quickly 1-0 to Moribayashi. Moribayashi's popped to the catcher, struck out looking, and he's had a sacrifice bunt tonight. Kaino leans in, gets the sign from Takuya Kai. He's ready to go to work. Here comes the 1-0. And the runner at second waiting here on the delivery. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball, take it for a called strike. The count is now 1-1. Kaino, I don't believe, hit his spot that he wanted there, but he's cut enough of the plate as that was taken for a called strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Kaino working to the set. Now he delivers. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It's lifted down the right field line, but it's going to drift foul into the netting. Runs the count to 1-2. Outfield is playing shallow here for the defense. They've got to be able to try to throw the run out at the plate. So all 3 of the outfielders are in. They want to take a shot at the base runner here. As they figure this game here is probably going to be a tight one here, if they, or at least to try to keep it tight, not to let it get out of hand. Here's the 1-2 pitch. The pitch is on the way. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and that is going to retire Moribayashi for the second time on strikes tonight. He goes down here for the second out of the inning, and that is going to bring up the left fielder, Hiroki Shimochi. I have to say, this game's got some pretty good tempo and pace to it tonight. That's going to bring the pitching coach out to the mound. Interesting here. The pitching coach comes to the mound always with a towel, at least in this game, under his armpit. Not sure what the purpose of that is. On top of it, he's got a bottled water with him as well. I don't see that often. I can't remember in the big leagues when I've seen a pitching coach walk out with a towel under one arm and bottled water under the other. Maybe they're discussing the merits of putting the lefty Shimouchi on to face the right-hander Nasamura. So we'll see what they have decided here as the conference is now over. Masahiro Tanaka getting himself loose as he's looking like he wants to come back out for inning number 7. Pretty efficient night so far for the right-hander by any standards, let alone Japanese standards. So here comes the first offering from Kaito as he works to the set position. He checks the runner over at second. It is going to be Shimouchi who he's going to face. The first pitch is a fastball swung on. It is taken on one hop by the first baseman Nakamura. He's going to race to the bag himself, and that's going to go down as a ground out to 3 for the third out of the inning. So a leadoff single by Yasuda does not do any damage here in the 7th inning. No runs. There was a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. Now through 6.5, your score is the Eagles 2 and the Hawks no score. Stick around. We'll be right back. All the action in just a few right after this. Appreciate you guys for listening with us here tonight. Whether you listen live or on delay, it's always great to have you with us. We'll be right back in just a few. We got ourselves a 2-0 scoreline as we are moving to the last half of the 7th inning. We'll be right back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for listening in here with us tonight.
All right, so I'm going to finish this little beach scene.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the last half of the 7th inning, and it's going to be Yuki Yanagita, Kensuke Kondo, and Akira Nakamura. Something that the Hawks do, just as the Hiroshima Carp do, is they blow up balloons. Carp do it, I believe, after the 7th inning or before the 7th inning. I can't quite remember from the game the other day. There's a first pitch that is a fastball swung on, and it's grounded foul down the first base line. Counts quickly 0-1 to Yanagita. Anyways, we were at the Carp Dragon game last weekend and on Saturday, and it was interesting because that's exactly what they did, is they had these balloons that they would blow up, and then they would release them all at one time after their team song had been sung. There is a fastball that misses down, and the count's 1-1 to Yanagita. Interesting the way that it's done. Everybody has, it's like they got their own personal hand pump, like a bicycle tire pump. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field, racing back, and this one is off the wall. Shimouchi fields it on a hop. Here comes the throw. It's into second, and it's not going to be in time, as Yanagita's got himself a leadoff double here to start the 7th inning. This is their first true threat for the Hawks in this one. The first time they've had a runner to second base. That is Yanagita here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. So he is at second, and that is going to bring up the left fielder, Kensuke Kondo. Just a little bit short of the fence of that ball there. Nice job by Shimouchi to be able to play it off the wall. Able to get there and be able to fire it back in. So Yanagita, the runner, aboard at second base. Nobody out, and Kensuke Kondo at the plate. Comes the first offering to the left-handed hitting slugger. Kicks and delivers, does Tanaka. There's a fastball swung on. It's lifted into deep center field. Drifting back, but it's going to get over the head of Tatsumi. Oh, I don't know if he did that intentionally or if he did that to fake out the runner. Yanagita is going to stop at third. We're going to check that one out again. He may have thought that ball was over his head. I'm going to get a look at this one. That was really, really bizarre. Or if he just threw his hands up because he lost it. Very, very interesting play. This ball was driven into a left center field. And it looked like the way that Tatsumi was, he got underneath it. He looked like he was going to catch it. And the next thing you know, he played it off the wall. So he must have known that that ball was hit over his head. Yanagita is going to stop at third. We're going to have to see what Kondo did. If that is the case, Kondo is going to stop at second with a double. So interesting there. Nice job of decoying by the center fielder Tatsumi. That's going to put runners at second and third with nobody out, and it brings the first baseman Akira Nakamura to the plate. Well, for Nakamura, he is officially 0 for 2. He has flown out to center and popped to the shortstop his 2 trips up. So the right-hander working to the set position. Left-handed hitting, Nakamura opens stance, waiting on the pitch. Here's the first pitch. That's a fastball that misses down. A nice block there by Yasuda. Makes the count 1 ball and no strikes. So the Hawks threatening, looking to put some runs on the board here in their half of the inning. Eagles' first threat that they've faced here tonight. 2 runners in scoring position looking to tie the game are the Hawks. As the right-hander Tanaka works to the set, he checks the runner Kondo at second. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a slow breaking ball that misses up and away, and the count now goes to 2-0. They do have the open base where they can put Nakamura on to send up a force. It does present the shortstop Kenta Imamiya, who bats next. Imamiya always seems to have the flair for the dramatics. Not a powerful hitting player is the on-deck hitter Imamiya. Certainly has more home runs this year than Nakamura. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. As the right-hander kicks and fires, it is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Count is now 2-1. Nakamura didn't like the call. You could see that his knees buckled on that one. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Hawks urging their team on here against the ace of the Eagles staff and Masahiro Tanaka. They've got a chance to cut the difference between these 2 teams to a half game. As Tohoku find themselves 1.5 games behind the Hawks in the standings. The final stop for the playoffs for both of these ball clubs. So 2 balls and 1 strike as the right-hander Tanaka keeps shaking off his catcher Yasuda. Now he gets the pitch that he likes. He works to the set. Here's the 2-1. There's the breaking ball that just misses outside. The count now goes to 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike it is. need to find it out here and put themselves in a position where they can capture a double play. Would that be for the Golden Eagles? So Tanaka here, 3 balls and 1 strike to the left-handed hitting Nakamura. Right-hander checks the runner over at second, and now he kicks and delivers. Split finger pitch and misses down. It's going to be ball 4. Good block there by the catcher Yasuda. That's going to load the bases, and that's going to bring up Imamiya to the plate. I would have said that maybe you got to keep your eye open for a sacrifice or a squeeze play. I don't know what the chances are of a squeeze play with the bases loaded and nobody out, but you certainly have a hitter in Imamiya here who is one of the best bunters all time in the Pacific League. I believe he's number 1 in sacrifice bunts. So he comes to bat here with the bases full of Hawks. Nobody out here in the last half of the 7th inning. Finally, the Golden Eagles are on their call to the bullpen. They got to look to find a way to put the fire out here. 2-0, the Eagles have the lead here as they are batting in their half of the 7th inning. Tanaka gets his sign from his catcher Yasuda, and he works now to the set position. Here comes the offering as the right-hander delivers. It is a split finger pitch swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Imamiya. That pitch looked like it was down and out of the strike zone and away, but Imamiya unable to hold up. So waggling the bat is the right-handed hitting Imamiya. Here comes the offering from the righty Tanaka, and there's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into left. It's going to get down for a base hit, cutting it off before it gets to the wall. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. And stopping over at third is going to be Nakamura, and it's going to be a double for Imamiya. That's going to drive in a pair, and we are all locked up at 2s here in the 7th inning. So Masahiro Tanaka, who has cruised along, has given up 3 hits in the inning, a double to Yanagita, a double to Kondo, a walk to Nakamura, and a double for Imamiya, has cashed in a pair of runs. 2-2 is the scoreline. Our friend Zay says, finally, we got a ball game. I got to tell you, Zay, you are finally correct. So that puts runners at second and third, the same situation as we had a couple moments ago. Masahiro Tanaka trying to get some composure, as you can see he is frustrated with himself. That brings Tetsuro Yanagamachi to the plate. Yanagamachi 1 for 2 in this one. So the Hawks are flapping their wings. Yanagamachi singled in the 5th. He struck out in the 3rd. As the first offering from the righty Tanaka is on its way. There's a fastball that misses inside for ball 1. The count's 1-0. Very similar that he started Yanagamachi with a fastball under the hands his last at bat. So 1 ball and no strikes. Right-hander against the left-hander. Tanaka holding the ball at the chest position. He kicks and he fires. Fastball swung on and missed. The count goes even to 1-1. Infield is in here for the Eagles. They want to try to cut a run off at the plate, as we have nobody out here at the 7th inning. The crowd is making their chance. Yaya Gamachi, that is what they have on their signage. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. As Tanaka kicks and delivers, it's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats behind the third base dugout, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Yanagamachi. Keep your eye in the on-deck circle as the rookie Tomoya Inoue is set to hit next. Will they pull him back for a veteran alternative? So 1 ball and 2 strikes. The right-hander Tanaka agrees with his catcher Yasuda. As he works to the set position, here comes the 1-2 offering. There is a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tanaka sailing right along here until the 7th inning. He had pitched masterfully. Only allowed 3 hits through the first 6 innings, and he's already allowed 3 here in the 7th. So here comes the 2-2 offering to Yanagamachi as the right-hander Tanaka holds set. He kicks and he fires. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. The Eagles brass is looking on. Manager Ishii, who I thought for sure would have been in the hot seat at the beginning of the year, has got themselves in a position here. Fred Titus in the house, we welcome you into the stream tonight. Thanks for popping in. Here comes the 3-2 pitch as Tanaka holding set. Kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is grounded past the diving first baseman into right field. 1 run is in, and they're going to hold the runner at third base. And so Imamiya is going to throw on the brakes. An RBI single for Yanagamachi, his 2nd hit of the evening, has now given the Hawks a 3-2 lead. Crossing the plate was Nakamura. It's now 3 runs here in the inning. All 5 of the batters faced by the Eagles have reached base here against Tanaka. 4 by the way of base hits. Our friend God is great says, how was your trip? It was great. Good finish in Korea yesterday and back in the saddle here tonight. And the manager Ishii races out to the mound, and that is going to be it for the right-hander Masahiro Tanaka. His night is over. We are going to be going to the bullpen, and just like that, the Eagles have turned it on its side. It is a 3-2 lead for the Hawks. They got runners on the corners, and we'll be back in just a few after this pitching change. Hang tight, everybody. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight. 3-2 is the scoreline. We'll be right back in just a few.
Hello, everybody. Steve Rodemacher coming back at you again. And during this pitching change, for a change of pace, let's open some baseball cards. We'll get through these quickly. 2023 Topps Big League. We have rookie card of Tyler Freeman to go along with a Matt Chapman. And why not a Jake Cronenworth? Shoot 'em, Jake! We do have a rookie card of Brett Beatty. That's pretty cool. To go along with the uncommon Carlos Correa. Pretty common to me, but what do I know? Trey Mancini to go along with a rookie of Kodai Senga. Freddie, tell them about Kodai. And one of my favorites, Devin Williams of my Milwaukee Brewers. All right, looks like the pitcher's coming in. Freddie, you can take over now.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and support you give to our channel. It is going to be a right-hander on in relief. It is going to be Tomohiro and Raku. Almost every day, Tomohiro, it seems like, as he is coming on the pitch in relief of Masahiro Tanaka, who looks absolutely disgusted with himself in the dugout, clearly strong through 6th. The 7th inning, it was back-to-back doubles, a walk, a double, and a single. And that has now given the Hawks a 3-2 lead. And Raku 2-1 on the season. He's got himself 39 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 36 hits. He has walked 13 and struck out 26, and he's got himself a 2.72 ERA. He comes in a tough situation here as he's going to be he's slated to face Tomoya Inoue, but it looks like we're going to have ourselves a pinch batter here as the Hawks are going to their bench as well. Looks like it is going to be Shimasuda. Do a double check on this one, but it looks like who is now going to be pinch hitting here. We'll do a double check. It is Shimasuda who is on to pinch hit. So for Masuda on the season, as he's going to be replacing Inoue, he's batting .218 with a home run and 3 RBIs. Throw over to first base and diving back in time is Yanagamachi. So Inoue's day is done. Shimasuda now on into play. And the pitch is fastball swung on and bunted foul just behind home plate. So they have a bunt situation here with runners on the corners. So no balls and 1 strike it is. One thing I will say is that I did pick up a couple of Japanese baseball magazines / books or whatever else when I was in Japan. One of the best buys that I have is something that's looks like you've got some spray charts on the hitters, which is good. Problem is the hitter Masuda here really doesn't have a whole lot of meat on the bones for us to take a look at here. You also get some spray charts of the pitchers and everything else. There's a fastball that's taken outside for a ball. They appealed to the first base umpire, but they said Masuda went around. That's going to run the count to 0-2. He was unable to hold up his swing. He was given the green light there on that one. No balls and 2 strikes. So nothing like a few spray charts and some tendencies. Stuff that we have a bit of a hard time tracking down on the internet ourselves. Some good information to add to the repertoire as well once we were able to dig through it. So no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. It is a split figure pitch and misses down and away, and the count now goes to 1-2. We have somebody on Twitch listening in, asking us if they're interested in helping us with our custom graphics even more. Not really, but thanks for the offer. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. As the right-hander delivers, there's a fastball swung on. It is a line foul into the netting over on the first base side. Count remains at 1-2. He asks, what's our Discord? The same name as what we have here. So runners at the corners. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. The runner at third is Imamiya. The runner at first, Yanagamachi. Shimasuda at the plate. There's a fastball that comes inside, and it has hit him right in the elbow. The home plate umpire has awarded him first base. And Raku can't believe that he's hit him. The catcher, not sure of it either. I want to see if they're going to go up and have a look at this one. We're going to go take a look at this on the replay. That pitch came inside, and it absolutely did hit him. 0-2 pitch, or check that, a 1-2 pitch. And that moves him off the plate. He's not able to do anything. So Masuda does his job. He's going to be replaced by a pinch runner. It's high fives all the way around, and that's going to load the bases here for the Hawks. It's going to bring up Takuya Kai. It's also going to bring a pinch runner, and as we said for the Hawks, it's going to be number 99. It's going to be Asami Nomura. So Nomura into pinch run. So Sho Masuda does his job as he was hit by the pitch. And he reaches the base. Unbelievable. And the first pitch delivered to Kai is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So this inning has gone from bad to worse for the Eagles. They were cruising along with a 2-0 lead. This game had gone to the bottom of the 7th inning. Now it's 3 runs on the board, and they're still threatening. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. The count goes to 1-1 on Kai. Kai tonight 1 for 2, a single and a ground out in his 2 trips to the plate. He needs some defensive help here. It is a 3-2 lead for the Hawks. They have the bases loaded here in the 7th inning, and they're looking for more. Our friend Zay said earlier on, we got ourselves a ball game. The problem is that this ball game might get flipped the other way pretty quick. There's a fastball that misses outside. Appeal to the first base umpire, and it's going to run the count to 2-1. One big swing of the bat here could blow this game apart. 3-2 lead now for the Hawks in the last half of the 7th. Bases are full of birds of the hot variety that is. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. And that pitch is taken for a ball upstairs, and the count now goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. There's nowhere to put Takuya Kai. They're going to have to come right after him with some good old-fashioned hardball here. As the right-handed hitting catcher digs in, and Raku ready to deliver. Here comes the 3-1. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined foul into the temporary seating down the left field line. Oh boy, that ball was absolutely scorched. Kai was just a little bit out in front of that early. So 3 balls and 2 strikes now to the 5'7" hitting catcher for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. I think he knows he missed that one. He wanted that one back again. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. As he digs himself in, waiting on the offering here from the right-hander who kicks and delivers. And there's a split-figure pitch swung on and missed in the dirt. And Kai went chasing. He swung at ball 4. He's gone in the books for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the top of the order, Yukio Shudo, a very difficult man to double up. So Shudo comes to the plate with the bases full of Hawks. For Shudo on the evening, he is 0 for 3, but all 3 of those at-bats came against the starter Masahiro Tanaka. Anything put in play here, it could be a track meet down the line. Hawks looking to try to extend their lead. Bases loaded, 1 gone here in the 7th inning. Right-hander against the left-hander. The pitch is a fastball that just misses off the outside corner for a ball. The count is 1-0. Oh boy, the catcher Yasuda really stuck that pitch out there for a bit, and you could tell Raku didn't like the call. As he storms back to the top of the pitching mound. Ready to go again. Here comes the 1-0. And that's a fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As we mentioned before, we'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow night. It'll be Giants and Dragons, 10 o'clock Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern, if you're up and awake listening in. And possibly even a double dip. Here's the pitch. It is a split-figure pitch and misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1. To see how we feel on that one. Right now, it feels like it's 4:30 in the afternoon on our time clock. We're still on Asian time. So 2 balls and 1 strike. That's the right-hander and Raku gets his sign from his catcher Yasuda. He's behind in the count. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on. It is lifted into center field. This is going to be deep enough. It should get a run in. Making the catch in center field is Tatsumi. Here comes the throw into third. It's not going to be in time. It's going to be a sacrifice fly for Shudo. He's going to pick up his 15th RBI of the year as he is able to drive in the runner from third base in Kenta Imamiya It's going to advance Yanagamachi over to third. And that is going to increase the scoreline to 4-2. Good piece of hitting there by the center fielder of the Hawks, as that scored the run. Saw a very similar situation in a play between the Lions and the Fighters last week. I was at the game in Saitama. It's maybe about a week and a half ago now. Exact same situation. And the ball was hit into center field. And that was the second out of the inning, but it was Shuta Tonosaki was the runner at third. And he wasn't hustling home, and they tagged at second base. And the runner at second was thrown out going to third before Tonosaki had crossed the plate, and it took a run off the board for the Lions. So that time there, Imamiya was running a little bit harder. They didn't have quite the play at third base. There's a fastball taken for a called strike by Masaki Momori. Count is 0-1. Hawks have batted around here in the seventh inning. This is the ninth hitter to come to the plate. As Yuki Yanagita waits his turn on deck, he got the party started here. The top part of this inning here. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count's now an 0-2 to Momori. Momori is 1 for 3 in this one. He had singled, grounded out, and flew out. He was also erased at the front end of a strike him out, throw him out double play back in the fourth inning. So here comes the 0-2 pitch as Enraku holds set. Now delivers. It's a split finger pitch, swung on, and it's just chopped foul over on the third base side, and the count remains at 1-2. Some self-defense hitting there by Momori. So no balls and 2 strikes. Momori looking to extend the inning and to continue to pad the lead for the Fukuoka Ball Club, who now have a 4-2 lead here in the bottom half of the seventh inning. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 1-2. All of the runs in this one are charged to Tanaka. The other runner that's still his responsibility is Yanagamachi, who is at third. Unable to retire a batter here in the seventh. 5 consecutive batters reach base against the Eagles ace, who had sailed through the first 6. Here comes the 1-2. It's a fastball swung on. It is chopped softly over to short, fielded by the shortstop, and it is thrown to first, and it's not in time. Moribayashi unable to make the play over at first base. It's going to be an RBI single, as sliding safely into first base was Momori. It's going to be a 5-2 lead. All of the runners now that were responsible by Tanaka have all crossed the plate. And they were not able to make the play. It was an excuse-me swing by Momori. It was a soft little chopper that the shortstop fielded on the backhand. His only play really was to first, and it was not even close to being in time to nab Momori. That's going to advance the runner over to second base in Masuda. It plates Yanagamachi, and now they got runners at first and second with 2 out. And it brings Yuki Yanagita to the plate. 5-2 lead now here for the Hawks. And here's the first offering to Yanagita. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into left center field. And camping out underneath it is Tatsumi. And just like that, the Hawks have flipped this game over as now a 5-2 ball game here after 7 complete innings. In the bottom half for the Hawks, 5 runs in the inning on the benefit of 5 hits. There was no errors and 2 runners left the board. Moving to the top of the 8th inning, your score is the Hawks 5 and the Eagles 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. We appreciate you guys for listening in here with us. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It looks like we're going to have ourselves a pitching change as well for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. Suki Mariyoshi came on in relief. It looks like his night is done. We're just going to do a double check on that, if that is the case or not. But it looks like we are going to have a right-hander coming in. And it was the starter or reliever turned starter / back to reliever. It is going to be Roya Fuji on in relief. He's making his 23rd appearance of the year. He's got a 5-3 record. He's worked 58 innings. He's allowed 40 hits. He's walked 26 and struck out 67. He's got an ERA of 2.48. So he is coming on in relief here for the Fukuoka Ball Club. It's amazing how just like this game has turned on its side. So Haruya Fuji on in relief. One would have to think that it's going to be Osuna time in the ninth. We'll just have to wait and see. It is Asamura, Ojima, and Abbey, the heart of the batting order, coming up here for the Eagles. As the right-hander ready to go to work as Fuji gets the sign from his catcher, Kai. And the first pitch is a fastball. Taken for a called strike at 96 miles an hour. The count is quickly 0-1. Samura, Okajima, and Abbey, as we said here, 4, 5, and 6, looking to get the Eagles back in the ballgame. There's a fastball that bounces up to the plate. Now Samura swings through it. It looked like we were trying to play cricket there. So no balls and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting Asamura. So Tsuyoshi Iwata looks like he's going to be off the hook here for this one. As he had given up the 2 runs. And there's a fastball taken on the outside corner for a called third strike. 97-mile-an-hour fastball sits down Asamura for out number 1 here. So 1 up and 1 away, and then I'll bring up the right fielder in Takira Okajima. Well, for Okajima, he is 0 for 2 officially in this one. He's grounded out. He has flown to right and walked. So Okajima stepping in here to face the right-handed throwing Fuji. He is throwing absolute bullets. Here comes the first pitch. It's a fastball that misses way outside. The count is quickly 1-0, so nothing yet below 95 miles an hour for the right-hander for Fukuoka. Fuji working to the set. Here comes the pitch. Fastball misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0. This is an Achilles heel of Fuji, as we said. His walks for in the innings pitched has been a bit of a problem for the right-hander. He has, we said, walked 26 batters in his 58 innings of work. That's almost 1 every other inning. It's just not good enough. Here comes the 2-0. As he kicks and delivers, it's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike it is. Right-hander Fuji gets the sign from his catcher, Kai. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down and in. Now the count runs to 3-1. Certainly what you don't want to do is give them the free passes to help them get back in the game. You got to make sure they hit their way on and drive the runs in that way. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Okajima. As the right-hander works to the set position. Now he kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Left-handed hitting. Okajima waiting here as the right-hander kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now is 3 balls and 2 strikes. Still remains to Okajima. Five-run inning in the last half of the seventh. I've got the Hawks on top in this one. And here comes the 3-2 offering. It pitches fastball swung on, and it's lifted into the seats down the left field line. It keeps the count at 3-2, still to Okajima. Game was cruising along through the first 6 innings. All of a sudden, we hit that 7th inning, and the 5-run uprising by the Hawks have vaulted them out in front. All of the runs have been scored in bunches here tonight. Eagles with 2 in the 5th, Hawks with 5 in the 7th. Here comes the 3-2. Fastball that just misses low. It's going to be ball 4. Okajima's got himself a 1-out walk, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Toshiki Abe. For those of you who can get the app, we can't download it in our geographical location. But Sports Navi, pretty popular app amongst the Japanese for their live baseball information. So if you've got the Sports Navi app, although it is in Japanese, makes it really, really good. You can see the up-to-date information. There's a split finger pitch that Abby's not able to hold up on. That's going to run the count to 0-1. Waved at that pitch down in the dirt. Battle tonight between the clubs at the top spot in the Central League between the Carp and the Tigers. Carp have got a run on the board. It is 5-1 now for the Tigers. As that pitch misses down, the count is now 1-1. Those two teams battling it out for first place. But it is looking like a lock more and more every day for the Tigers as they have a 9-game lead over the Carp. Bay Stars are in 3rd. Giants are in 4th. Swallows and Dragons are ready to miss the playoffs. Giants are going to have to do some work here in the last bit to catch the Bay Stars. There's a breaking ball waved at and missed. Count is now 1-2. Shaping up as if it's going to be Carp and Bay Stars in the first round of the playoffs, with the Tigers getting the bye into the climax series of the Central League. Pacific League, it's all Buffaloes in first place with the Marines in 2nd. But the battle is here between 3 and 4, between the Hawks and the Eagles. Fastball swung on, is chopped over the head of the pitcher, Fuji. Fielded on the run, barehanded by Imamiya, and he fires it wide of first. That's going to advance the runner over to 3rd. Holding at first base is going to be Abbey. They're going to have to rule that as a hit and an error. So they figure that Abbey would have reached on as a single, but the error allows Okajima to go over to 3rd base. So they're both a hit and an error on the play. I don't think they would have got him. I'm going to go look at that one again. This is where I disagree with the scoring. If that's not a hit. If that throw is decent, they're going to get that runner at first base. But because the throw was poor, was able to reach safely was the batter in Abbey, and then the throw advanced the runner over to 3rd. Not sure I like the scorer's decision on that one either. It's going to bring up the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. Well, for Tatsumi tonight, he is 2 for 3 in this one. He's got a couple of singles. Now, all of a sudden, a walk and a knock, and the Eagles are knocking on the door. They've got the tying run here at the plate. So all those folks that jumped in for the bottom of the 7th inning have jumped off the bandwagon here in the top of the 8th. So Fuji is working to the set position. Here we go. Here comes the first offering to Tatsumi. There's a fastball that pours in for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Curious to see if they would consider bringing Ozuna in for a 4-out save. I guess a lot depends on what happens to this batter here. So no balls and 1 strike to Tatsumi. Right-hander working to the set position. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is lined right to the second baseman, Momori. Oh, he hit it on the screws, did Tatsumi, but right to the glove of the second baseman. He's gone for the 2nd out of the inning. He's going to be talking to himself as he walks back to the dugout. Good piece of base running there by Abbey. Freeze on that line drive, not running himself into an out. Now Takuya Kaya is wanting his way out to the mound to have a word with his right-hander. So the runner at third is Okajima. The runner at first is Abbey. 2 gone here, and Maikel Franco stepping to the plate. Another batter here that you got to wonder that how they're going to handle this situation. Another hitter in scoring position when he walks into the batter's box. Eagles crowd really supporting their team as they are loud and boisterous, but not in huge numbers. As we send as just kitty corner across the country from these 2 fan bases. So here comes the first offering to Franco, and it's a fastball that misses well off the outside corner, and the count is quickly 1-0. A very dangerous hitter here. 5-2 the scoreline, top of the 8th inning. Hawks have runners on the corners with 2 gone. Check that. Eagles have runners on the corners with 2 gone. Maikel Franco looking to do some damage here for Tohoku. As the pitcher, Fuji, checks the runner over at first, he works to the set position. Here comes the 1-0. Pitch is on the way. It's a fastball swung on and tap foul behind home plate. Count goes even to 1-1. That fastball there was of the split finger variety, was left up in the zone. Fuji not sharp here tonight. At least not in my opinion. So here comes the 1-1 offering to Franco. Right-hander works to the set. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. Now the count goes to 1-2 on Franco. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right-hander Fuji trying to get out of this pickle that he's got himself into. Franco digs himself in, ready for the offering. Here comes the pitch from the right-hander who checks the runner over at first. As he holds, the pitch is on its way. There's a fastball swung on, and it's lifted foul into the seats over on the first base side. Keeps the count at 1-2. So as I was mentioning before, the app that you may want to consider is Sports Navi. If you can get yourself in a position to be able to download that. Sports Navi giving you all the information you need on Japanese baseball. And we said before, it is alive. So they update everything as the game is being listened to here. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Franco. Fuji checks the runner over at first, and he works to the set position. He takes his time, does the right-hander. Here's the 1-2. Fastball swung on and lifted foul behind the dugout seats on the first base side. I think Franco would have wanted that one back again. That was right in his wheelhouse. I don't know if anybody saw Will Clark on Instagram, and he was talking about situations like this. You don't want to throw a fastball inside. You don't want to throw a fastball inside. That last pitch to Franco, I think it was a pitch that came in on the hands inside. We know he's got a power arm, but Franco can turn these fastballs around. You can have yourself a 5-5 ball game in the blink of an eyelid. Here comes the 1-2 offering. As the right-hander works to the set position. And now he fires. It's a fastball that misses just off the outside corner. Runs the count now to 2-2. Fuji wanted that pitch for out number 3, but he didn't get it from the home plate umpire. Five-2 Hawks here in the top of the 8th inning. As a reminder, after this game's done, we'll give you a full recap as well as the out-of-town scoreboard. So here comes the 2-2 as the right-hander Fuji gets his sign. He nods in agreement. Here comes the pitch. Kicks and delivers. It is a split-figure pitch, swung on and missed. Franco down on strikes for out number 3, and Fuji able to wiggle out of the jam he put himself into. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left the board. We are now moving to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Your score is the Hawks 5 and the Eagles 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all of the action after this. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight. We'll be right back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom half of the 8th inning. It is a 5-2 lead for the Hawks. The sand in the hourglass are starting to run out for the Golden Eagles. We'll be back here in just a couple moments. Hang tight, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Coming up for the Hawks in their half of the 8th inning, it'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, which means the heart of the batting order coming up for the Hawks. Kondo, Nakamura, and Imamiya will be coming to the plate. We're just getting confirmation to see if Anraku's day is done or if they are going to be moving to the bullpen again. But it is Anraku's day finished. They are moving to a right-hander. It is number 69, Suryu Uchi, who is going to be coming on in a relief. So Suryu Uchi on in relief. We saw him make his NPB debut a couple of months, just over about 3 months ago. I've not had an opportunity to keep our eye on Uchi. He is on in relief here as the right-hander kicks and delivers a fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1. The count is 1-0 to Kondo. Uchi, in his first season in the NPB, he's got 4 wins and 2 losses. Worked 42 and a third innings. He's allowed 30 hits. He's walked 11 and struck out 31. He's got an ERA of 2.76. Fastball misses inside. It's now 2-0 to Kondo. So 2 balls and no strikes as the right-hander gets his sign and he rocks into the windup. Uchi delivers. It's a fastball that just misses outside, and the count now goes to 3-0. He's got a lot of late life on the pitch to Uchi, but he hasn't been able to command it here, as he has fallen behind 3 balls and no strikes to the left-handed hitting outfielder of the Hawks. Here's the 3-0. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count now goes to 3-1. Hawks looking to put the icing on the cake here against the Eagles. Eagles looking to find any way to get into that piece there. There's a fastball that misses outside. It's going to be ball 4. And that is going to put Kensuke Kondo on with a walk. It's the second time tonight he has been aboard. This time he doubled and later scored a run. And Kondo's night is going to be over as he gets a round of applause as he returns back to the dugout. We're going to have a pinch runner for him here in the bottom of the 8th inning. That pinch runner is going to be number 45 entering the fray. I'll have to take a look to see who that is. It looks like it is Kenta Tanegawara. So he is coming on into pinch run. The first offering is a fastball that just misses low to Nakamura for ball 1. I think in this situation, if Tanegawara can run a little bit, we would put him in motion. Here comes the 1-0. There's a fastball that's uncorked wild. It's going to get all the way to the backstop. That's going to advance Tanegawara on a wild pitch over to second. You certainly don't want the runner at second to score. That's going to make it, if that happens, it'll be much more difficult for the Eagles to come back. 3-run lead is a vaunting task in the 9th inning at the best of times, let alone a 4-run lead. So 2 balls and no strikes. It is to Akira Nakamura, the runner at second, as Tanegawara. And here comes the 2 offering from the righty Uchi, who delivers. Fastball, take it for a called strike. The count now goes to 2-1. I wonder, even still in this situation, maybe not bunting him over to third. You got 3 cracks to try to bring him home. Here comes the offering. It's a fastball that misses way upstairs. Count now goes to 3-1 on Nakamura. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Nakamura. As the left-handed hitting first baseman digs in, waiting on the offering from the right-hander Uchi. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 3-2. So both of the calls that Uchi has received have been on the inside corner. 5-2 lead for the Hawks here in the bottom of the 8th inning. All the runs for the Hawks came in their half of the 7th. Chase Masahiro Tanaka, and they kept pouring the runs on. All 5 of the runs given to Tanaka. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. Moving back at it is Okajima. He makes an over-the-shoulder catch. Tagging it at second and heading to third is going to be Tanegawara. And that is going to retire Nakamura for the first out of the inning. So he's gone for the first out. Now it's going to be Kenta Imamiya to the plate. Well, for Imamiya tonight, he has had a big blow. He had a 2-run double back in the 7th inning. Also came around and scored a run. He has struck out and grounded out his 3 times to the plate. He's raised his season average up to 257. So they've got the defense in as the runner Tanagawara is at third base, and the pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1. Counts 1-0. He's got to hit the ball hard somewhere, and good things will happen. Deep fly ball will also get you a RBI. 2 runs driven in by Imamiya. Gamachi has one and Shuda has one. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded back to the pitcher. They've got the runner on third hung up. Nice play by Uchi, who tags the runner himself between first and third. So that is going to retire Tanagawara. It's going to be a fielder's choice in the books. It's going to advance Imamiya over to second base, or check that over to first base. We're going to see. I don't think he got hung up long enough to stay in the rundown. So he's going to be aboard on the fielder's choice, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Tetsuro Yanagamachi. Well, for Yanagamachi, batting 174 on the year. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 1-0. Ball and no strikes to Yanagamachi. Left-handed hitting right fielder for the Hawks here tonight. Has a couple of singles and an RBI in his 3 trips. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on. This ball's lined into right field, and it's going to get down, and it's going to be extra bases. It's into the corner. Okajima picks it up, but he fires it back in. And stopping at third is going to be Imamiya. And that is going to be a double for Yanagamachi, his 3rd hit of the evening. So he is at second, and that is going to bring up Shumasuda to the plate. The ball was absolutely scorched into the corner. Yanagamachi swinging the hot bat for sure. Looks like we're going to have ourselves another pitching change. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. We got ourselves yet another pitching change on the way. It is a 5-2 scoreline. The Hawks are threatening to add more to their lead. We'll be right back in just a couple. We're going to put this on loop for just a moment. We'll be back in just a bit. Well, we thought it would be a pitching change, but instead it's just a tune-up talk for the right-hander Uchi. The first pitch he delivers to Isami Nomura, who's on to hit here in place of Shu Masuda. Swung on and missed for the first strike. So Isami Nomura, who came in defensively after Masuda had hit for Inoue back in the 7th inning. Waits here on the offering. It's a fastball swung on his chop slowly back to the pitcher. Uchi fields it. He throws a one-hopper to first base. It is a nice stop by Abbey, but they throw across the infield, and scampering back over to third is Yanagamachi. That's going to be an error on the pitcher. It's going to be E1. It's going to allow the run to score Imamiya. Stopping at third, Yanagamachi, and safe at first is the batter, a runner. Unbelievable what I just saw. That was a great play by Abbey to get off the base, to dive, and to make the catch. But safe at first base was the batter runner in the form of Isami Nomura. And they are still not out of the woods yet. Runners are on the corners. And Takuya Kai coming to the plate, who was 1 for 3 today. Well, Kai has raised his season average to 203 with that base hit back in the third inning. 6-2 Hawks now have the lead here in this one. And the first pitch is spiked up to the plate. Nice stop there by the catcher who fires at the first. Great play by Abby to crawl up the ladder to pull it in, but Yasuda almost threw the ball into the right field corner. That would have led to a lot of trouble for the Golden Eagles. So 1 ball and no strikes to Takuya Kai. Oh, the defense here for the Hawks has showed up in an ugly way here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. But on the flip side, a couple of nice plays there by the first baseman, Abby. Otherwise, it could have been worse. So here comes the first offering from the right-hander who delivers a fastball swung. This ball is lined into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Yanagamachi is going to score from third. Stopping at second is Namura, and it's a RBI single for Takuya Kai. And that has extended the Hawks' lead to 7-2. Oh, the beatdown here is in full force. Golden Eagles haven't seen what's coming. And to think, just a couple innings ago, it looked like the Golden Eagles were in a stranglehold in this one. But they now have a 7-2 lead. Runners at the corners. Check that. Runners at first and second. Kai at first. Runner at second's Masuda. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into center field. Underneath it is Tatsumi. He's there. He makes the catch. And that is going to retire Shudo for the third out of the inning. And that will do it here for the Hawks in their half of the inning. But they get a couple more runs. There was 2 runs in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits. There was an error, and there was 2 runners left aboard. Now moving to the top of the 9th inning, your score is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 7 and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 2. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment. Just going to put a little bit of this on loop. We'll be right back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for listening in here with us. 7-2 is your scoreline. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be a pitching change. Number 66, Yuki Masamoto, now coming into the ballgame as he is going to be replacing Masuda, whose day is, check that, who's going to be replacing Fuji, whose day is done. They do have some defensive changes, as it looks like Kawase has come in to play first base. And there's a new left fielder. Looks like it's Tanagawara who has made his way out into left field. But it is now a 7-2 ball game here As it's going to be Yasuda, Kobakata, and Maribayashi to come to the plate. All the Eagles are going to feel shell-shocked in this one. Yasuda tonight has had 3 hits tonight. All 3 times he's come to the plate, he has had a knock. As he stands in here ready to face the right-hander who kicks and delivers. It's a first pitch fastball that misses way upstairs for ball 1. Count is a 1-0 to Yuma Masuda. One of the offensive bright spots here for the Golden Eagles. After the game, we'll give you a full out-of-town scoreboard update, as a lot of the games are in the 9th inning now. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count goes to 2-0. Really, no game today is what we would call close. This was the closest, most entertaining ball game of them all until the game was blown apart in that last half inning. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count now goes to 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes. Tough sledding tonight as we are here in the top half of the 9th inning. And the pitch is a fastball that misses inside. That is going to be ball 4. So Matsumoto comes into the ball game, and the first thing he does is he walks the first batter on 4 pitches, which is Yasuda. Yasuda's now been on base all 4 times tonight. He draws himself a walk, and that'll bring up Hiroto Kobakata to the plate. It's going to hopefully, if you're the Eagles trying to build off some offense here, take it with you tomorrow. But that 5-run uprising in the 7th, 2 more in the 8th for the Hawks have given them the 7-2 lead. We do have a pinch runner now over at first base for Tohoku. Number 39, Yukiya Ito in the pinch run for the catcher, Yasuda. So Hiroto Kobakata at the plate, and here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball. Take it for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. Kobakata tonight is officially 1 for 2. He's singled and struck out, and he's got 2 sacrifice bunts. He's a season average up to 251. As the right-hander works to the belt, he comes set at the chest. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled away over on the third base side. Kobakata finds himself in the hole at 0-2. Interesting, you walk the first batter on 4 straight pitches, and then the hitter, Kobakata, comes up and swings at the first 2. I would have thought that he would have put the bat on the shoulder and waited it out a little bit. Now he's in the hole 0-2. Here comes the offering from the right-hander. Kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to short. Imamiya to second for 1. Back to first. And they say it's not in time. I think they're going to go up and have a look at this one. Oh, I don't know what the first base umpire is doing other than to extend the game here a little bit. That one there for sure looked like it was a double play. I know Kobakata is fast, but he's not that fast. We'll get a look at it in a moment here on the replay itself. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I did make a mistake, but by the look of it to me, unless the first baseman came off the bag, I think Kobakata is a goner. Nice play there by Imamiya. Good flip. Got it to the second baseman, Momori, covering. Thought maybe there was a chance that he could have taken him himself, but just the angle took him to the front of the base. They got him over at second for 1 for sure. Well, the first angle we saw, we couldn't tell. The second angle should be more definitive. Ooh, well, I'm not sure the second one, if that's going to get him either, or if it's going to be safe either. I think they got him on the second one. The third rate play that we've seen. Well, the third replay that we've seen, I don't know. I think the base here comes the umpires, and they say he's safe, so they've overturned it. It's going to be a fielder's choice. It's going to erase Yasuda 6-4 at second. He's gone for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Itsuki Maribayashi. Are we going to have ourselves a pinch hitter here? It looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter come in on deck. This is going to be number 31. Sorry, check that, number 51. Yuya Ogo now into pinch hit. So Ogo here hitting from the left side against the righty Matsumoto. For Ogo on the season, he's only batting .262. As that breaking ball misses outside, the count is 1-0. He's got himself 9 homers to go with 42 RBIs, as well as 13 stolen bases. So Yuya Ogo here on to pinch hit. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball that's check swing fouled away. Count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander Matsumoto ready to go again. Gets his sign from Kai. Kai sets up outside. Here comes the pitch. And it is a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul into the netting behind home plate. The count now goes to 1-2. Hiroki Shimouchi awaits his turn on deck. He has been all the offense tonight for the Golden Eagles, knocking in both of the Eagle runs back in the 5th inning. But they need more than just 1 runner on base. They've got to get themselves a few if they want to find themselves back in this to the Eagles. Here's the 1-2. Fastball swung on its chop foul over on the first base side. The first base coach's box, and the count remains 1-2 to Kogo. Ogo, should say. Our friend Kyle Sterling on in the house here tonight. We appreciate you for popping in. Kyle, I don't know where you were in the 7th inning, but I got to tell you this. The Golden Eagles had their chance, and it looked like that Tanaka was cruising right along to victory. And the wheels fell off the apple cart in a hurry in the 7th. So that fastball misses upstairs. The count now goes to 2-2. Appreciate you being here, Kyle. Well, the problem is that, Tanaka was just cruising right along. Looked like there was no sign. He was around below 70 pitches through the first 6 innings. Thought, geez, this is going to be him starting, setting up, and finishing. Fastball swung on and lifted foul over on the third base side. Count remains at 2-2. But unfortunately for him, wasn't able to seal the deal. And then Enraku came in in a tough situation and bases loaded situation, and he couldn't do anything. He couldn't stop anything. All the bleeding continued until all those 5 runs that had crossed the plate were charged to Masahiro Tanaka. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2. Our friend Kyle says, you got 2 on base, right? No, you've only got 1 on right now. Runner at first is Kobakata. Yasuda was erased in the fielder's choice. And Ogo hitting here with 2 balls and 2 strikes on him. As a reminder, we'll be back on the airwaves yet again tomorrow night. As that fastball is swung on, it is lifted down the left field line. Giving chase is Tanagawara. He's near the fence. He makes the catch. And that is going to retire Ogo for the 2nd out of the inning. 2 gone here, and it's going to leave it all up to Hiroshi Shimouchi. Our friend Kyle Sterling said, what about Mikael Franco? Not having a great night tonight, hitting 8th in the order, and he's 0 for 4. But Shimouchi steps to the plate. It's been his night. He is 1 for 3. He's driven in both the Eagles' runs. He's also had a walk. He's lifted his average to 213 on the year. Swings at the first pitch and fouls that away over on the third base side. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. As we said, we'll do a Central League matchup game tomorrow night. It'll be Giants and the Dragons. Kyle says you're getting cooked by SoftBank. Yeah, you shouldn't have been. Guys have had a chance at victory, but let that get away. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is now 0-2. Had a chance to close to within a half game here tonight. Had they been able to win this ball game, but not quite the situation here that the Eagles fans may have wanted. Be sure to stick around after the game. We'll give a full recap on this one as well as the out-of-town scoreboard. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count goes to 1-2 on Shimauchi. Friend Kyle says it's bad swinging. Actually, offensively, Eagles weren't that bad. It was just that 5-run inning and then the error and some questionable defense. There's a fastball swung on, is lifted into deep center field, moving over to his right. Underneath it is Shudo, and he's going to make the catch. And that is going to do it. Shimauchi is going to be gone for the third out of the inning. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors. There was a runner left aboard. Your final score was the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 7 and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple with the wind-up of this one. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight. Hang tight. We'll be right back after this.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Each smile comes back again. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and think about sunny weather. Happy trails to you until we meet again.
Appreciate you guys for listening in with us here tonight. We're going to give you the recap. We'll give you the rundown of the out-of-town scores, and then we're going to wrap it up and call it a night. We'll give you the upcoming schedule for us as well. So the ball game tonight, there was no scoring in this one here until the 5th inning. The Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles opened up the scoring. It was a leadoff single by Yuma Yasuda. Roto Kawabukata followed up with a single as well. And then it was the shortstop, Itsuki Maribayashi, who had a sac bunt to move them into scoring position. Up stepped Hiroki Shimauchi, and he delivered a 2-run single to give the Eagles a 2-0 lead. Well, that's where it stayed until the 7th inning. As we said, Masahiro Tanaka was cruising. It was Yuki Yanagita stepping up to the plate with a leadoff double to left center field. And it was Kensuke Kondo with a double of his own. It put runners at second and third because it was a nice play by the center fielder, Tatsumi, to decoy Yanagita, the base runner, as if that ball was going to be caught. Then Akira Nakamura, he walked to load the bases. Kenta Imamiya stepped up and delivered a 2-run double. And it was Tetsuro Yanagamachi stepping up, and he had a single that knocked in a run after Shuma Suna was hit by a pitch to load the bases. Up stepped Yukio Shudo with a sacrifice fly to center field. He knocked in the 4th run of the inning. Saki Momori had himself a single. That brought in run number 5. Yuki Yanagita came back up to the plate as they sent 10 runners to the plate. Flew up to center field to end the inning. So 5-2 through the 7th inning. In the 8th inning, they got a couple more, did the Hawks. A leadoff walk by Kondo, then a flyout by Nakamura. And then Kenta Imamiya bounced himself into a fielder's choice. And after that happened, it advanced. It allowed, then Tetsuro Yanagamachi stepped up and hit a double. And that put runners at second and third. Up stepped Shuma Suda, and the next thing you know, he bounced it back to the pitcher. And the pitcher got the runner from third it was Tanagawara in at the time in a rundown. He was able to tag him out for the next out of the inning. Up stepped Takuya Kai, and he got himself an RBI single. That knocked in 2 runs, and that brought in the runners Imamiya and Yanagabachi to extend the lead to 7-2, and that's where the game ended as your final. Again, the stat line 7-10-1 for the Hawks, 2-8-1 for the Eagles. Just taking a quick peek at the out-of-town scoreboard before we call this one a night. All the other games are approaching finals. It is the Marines and the Buffaloes going off in less than an hour's time as the final game of the night. Final score from the Tokyo Dome. These are the Central League Finals. 5-0 for the Giants over the Dragons. That game has been completed in the final. In the top of the 9th inning in Yokohama, the Bay Stars are losing 9-1 to the Occult Swallows. That game still got a little bit of life left in it. 9-1 in the top of the 9th. Final from the Koshin, it is a 5-1 victory for the Tigers over the Hiroshima Toyo Carp. That game is now a final. So the Tigers ever so close to getting to the Central League Championship. And the other game is in the bottom of the 9th inning. It's the same scoreline as this one. It is the Saitama Cebu Lions 7 and the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters 2. Fighters are batting, trying to find their way back into that game. All right, everybody. Well, we appreciate you guys listening to the stream here tonight. Anybody who had jumped in here late, anybody who was with us here earlier on, we appreciate you guys as well. Again, tomorrow night, it is going to be Dragons and Giants. Hopefully you can make it in 10 o'clock Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern. Appreciate you guys for being here with us tonight. We will catch you guys again on the flip side. Hopefully you guys will be with us as well. Have a great night, everybody.